was just meant to be
But
time.
I don't have pants on.
That's fine. Pants are optional, always.
Well,
hello, everyone.
Off we go.
Yeah! Let's go. Save it for Ren Fair.
Pants-free zone, everybody.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. We are live. It's so great to see you all again. It's time once again for Things from the Flood. I am Rindis. I am just doing our opening intro to stall for time and work off some of this energy because, as we all know, my character is choosing violence today, so I have to get all of my happies out of the way now. That being said, I will pass it up to our wonderful dungeon mistress, Shae, and she can take over and do the intros. Also, before I forget, everybody get your arbitrary fuck out of the way for the first minute.
Figgity
fuck.
Well, fuck.
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 By the way, it looks like I'm drinking cum. This is great.
Well, so if that's really a problem, is it?
Good.
You're just
sounds like a good time, honestly.
What does Twitch say about like that's not a sexual act?
It's at this point it's recreational. So,
it's a health drink.
It's a healthy protein shake.
Got a lot of protein in it.
Healthy protein shake. You had to shake it to get it where it was. And if we haven't been canceled yet, I think we're good.
Fake pineapple.
Yeah, there was a lot of gummy bears mixed into it, some pineapple for good measure, all of the old tricks and trades. Anyways, Shae, please take it away before we get canceled.
Hello, everyone. I am Shae, or the Dungeon Mistress, or the Storyteller, or however you say it for this game. And this game is Things from the Flood by Freely Publishing. Fantastic game, love it. Practically my favorite. It is my favorite. But this game, Things from the Flood, is an alternate 90s reality in which the technology has taken a different course with the particle accelerators and everything that happened. Excuse me while I take a sip.
So, yep.
There we go.
We sip.
So, with that little note here and all the stuff I've got pulled up. No? Yes?
Yes, no, maybe, yes. Hello,
Oh.
dog.
Hello.
All of above? Hi?
Hi. Did I just...
Did
No,
you?
I didn't. I'm fine. I'm good.
Are you?
So, I'm just going to quickly go over the principles of the flood that we need to go over every time before we play, so everybody knows what we're doing. Everything changes, everything falls apart is number one. This isn't the
Push to talk.
future.
Push to talk.
Thank you. Number one, everything changes, everything falls apart. This isn't the promised future that arrived. The promised golden age did not come. Technology is kind of falling apart, and there's still robots and everything around, but it changes. Life has changed. Number two, everyday life is full of demands, boredom, and conflict. The players are just regular teens. They're not superheroes. They're not adventurers. They're not. They don't have a 20 strength score or anything like that. These are just normal people doing normal things like school and work and anything other that normal teen life demands. The mysteries are exciting but dangerous, and only you can stop them. For whatever reason, these normal teens are the only ones that can put a stop to whatever mystery is going down. They are either put in that situation or are the only ones aware of it, and nobody else believes them, etc., etc. Number four, you are neither kids nor adults. You are that awkward in-between. You don't have a safety net of being a child anymore, but nor are you have the responsibilities of an adult. Number five, the game is played scene by scene, kind of like a movie or a TV show. Number six, the world is described collaboratively. While I have the final say in everything that happens in these scenes, my players are building the world as well. They get to throw stuff in there, decide how things happen, etc., etc. everybody, please remember your safety tools. If something's making you uncomfortable, slap down that X card. We'll pause the game. We'll work around it and figure out how to move forward. For viewers, if the scene makes you uncomfortable, feel free to step away and return when it's over. This is a game where dark things do happen. Hello.
Excuse me.
Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. I'm Crimson Galaxy. I'm playing Courtney Cloverfield today, the rocker archetype, who is kind of going through it right now. Lots of stuff keeps happening, and she doesn't know how to respond to it effectively. It's very fun, but not for her.
Hello, hello. I'm Pat, aka Spider Queen Long. You can find me on Twitter at @long_spider. And tonight I will be portraying the lovely party gal Tracy, who's currently comforting our party foul party member who had a little bit more VR than she could handle. And yeah, we're in a bit of a pickle. It's very interesting. Lots of dramas going on. Tracy is desperate to make sure that we all stay together and be friends so that she can never be alone ever.
Hi, everybody. I'm Zaunis, not safe for work artist and tabletop RPG character artist. And I'm playing Lydia Tinsley. I'm the one who had a little too much VR. Almost on, I don't want to say death's door, but probably rather close. But I am being comforted by the lovely Tracy. So, and I think V is going to fight for my honor. So I'm just, I'm in the middle of it. I'm enjoying it.
Hashtag winning.
Ladies fighting over me. Please don't do that.
Not before I get my camera out.
What's up, everybody? I am Doogler93 on Twitter and Twitch. I am playing Joanne Campbell, the lone wolf, who feels like she fucked up.
No.
Probably rightfully so.
It's twist right around. Oh.
Nose goes.
Yeah, says the two people without cams.
I didn't say nose goes. That's all it is. I can do it.
Yeah, let's give Doogler the chance.
Yeah, I mean, Doogler's the reason we're all in this mess.
No, that's
Oh,
me.
wow.
That's me if we want to put it for real, for real. You're all just mad at Doogler, or at Joe, because there was just a lumped friend on the ground.
We're just mad at her because she's so sexy and she's so cool. We just can't help but be mad at her.
It's true. I collapsed on the floor because Joe was too hot. Had nothing to do with the VR.
Okay.
No, that one was in the real world.
It's the third eye power. But yes, take it away, Doogler.
Okay. Let's see if I can do it without dying. So, we woke up at V's place. Some of us are feeling better than others. Pretty sure V's head was exploding along with Lydia's.
Yeah.
We brain died a moment there, but V actually made us all breakfast while her mom went off to work. We said we'd clean up afterwards. Joe told. Yeah.
We should clean up, but I'm not sure we are going to.
Joe told V that her brothers wanted to use the VR helmets. Joe tried to explain why that was a bad idea, and the hangover just took her out and just could not get the words through properly. V managed to talk to her brother, saying that it's her thing, they shouldn't touch it. Without her permission, it'd be a breach of trust and all that. After which, Tracy, Courtney, and V went to Courtney's place. They tried to sneak her in, but her father was there and it didn't work. She was going to get into some trouble, but V talked with her father.
No.
Fine.
Hey, there was lip movement. It counts as talking.
I guess. Which might have put a bunch of strain on their relationship. Well, they were over at Courtney's place. Lydia had asked Joe to help her test something. Lydia wanted to see if she'd be able to send a text from the VR system to her phone in real life. It worked. Which is probably more concerning that it worked than if it didn't work. After that experiment was done, the two of them got a weird text asking, why do they resist paradise? Lydia went into the public server to look for people, and she ran into what's his face?
Charlie,
yes. This who was understandably upset that he saw Lydia and V kiss moments after he had asked Lydia out for a date, and she said yes. After a little bit of talking, Lydia managed to find out that one of Charlie's friends, okay, not Dean, that's the youngest brother.
Oh god, was it Devin? I think it was Devin.
Was it Sammy?
I have to check my own notes now.
But one of the rich kid friends hasn't been responding to messages lately. Yeah.
I thought it was Devin who hadn't.
Devin?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Devin hasn't been responding to messages lately, which freaked Lydia out because something could have happened to him. The VR, we know, is kind of iffy. Might be keeping him imprisoned. So after a little more back and forth, Lydia did get to convince Charlie to actually check in on him. At that point, Lydia met Paradise, the personification of what I'm guessing is the VR system, which that in itself is terrifying. When this happened, then Lydia's phone on the outside, they started to repeatedly send the message, this is I'm going to mess with the name because I have very bad names. Paxton.
Preston.
Preston. This is Preston, get her out. This is Preston, get her out. Well, Joe tried and she grabbed the headset, ripped it off Lydia's head, but that caused its own line of issues, and Lydia hard rebooted for a moment, at which time the rest of their friends showed up. V was more than a little bit upset with Joe, especially because Lydia was nearly comatose and V lied to them. After which point they remembered where they heard the name Preston, which I believe, where's notes? Courtney was the one who realized that Ashley's last name was Preston, and they might be a relation to this mysterious Preston, who Joe thinks is a woman because the robots are calling her mother. V left without explaining, so saying that she was going to get her. We didn't see the bat that she grabbed as she went. The rest are still at V's house and recovering, more or less. And that's what happened.
And that's that.
So, we currently have two groups, one group of 4 and one group of 1.
Are you using your push to talk?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
So, who would like to start this scene off? Should we start with V or everybody else back at V's house for this first scene?
1 sec. I'm just making sure they can hear you on, because Mimi was saying they can't hear you.
I'm gonna be angry if Discord set me back again.
Yeah, we gotta make sure the dungeon mistress can be heard.
It's important.
Rude.
Very low way I couldn't hear at all.
Very low. Okay. Let me try and fix something. It might be that I just have to turn you back up on my side.
That's so weird because I can hear Shae like clear as day on this end.
Yeah, but OBS isn't picking
Likewise.
her up is the problem. Okay, try saying something now, hun.
Something now, hun. How's that?
Still quiet. All right. Once more.
Something now, hun. Once more. How are you doing?
Okay. Good. Okay. I think that'll fix the problem.
Perfect.
Yeah, there we go.
So
Awesome.
Perfect. I have no major inclination on where we start. Lydia's still basically just being coddled, so she's probably not going to be too much of a item right now. So
Yeah, she
Okay.
needs some affection and attention.
All right.
So if V wants violence,
I do choose
Yeah.
violence.
V, you grabbed your bat and began making your way to the nice little cul-de-sac in which the Preston house lies. As you make your way there, it's a fairly uneventful walk. Does take a little bit, but you eventually come to a neighborhood, and while not like the kind of giant mansion-y place that any of the rich kids would have, it's definitely better than a trailer park. And you do see, before even reaching the house, you see a group of 3 individuals step outside the house. All look like maybe you would actually recognize them. They They look like the guards who are in charge of keeping the quarantine zone quarantined and making sure that the town stays safe. But the three of them pile into a vehicle and pull out and begin to drive off. Shortly after, you see. Or actually, are you doing anything after you see them drive off?
I'm gonna watch them go. She is singular purpose right now.
You watch them drive off.
I'm gonna head for where I know the Prescott house is. Or Preston? Preston.
Okay.
Prescotts are different assholes.
No, yeah. Prescotts are assholes. And as you begin to approach, you see another pair of individuals, two girls talking. One of which looks to be Asian American, the other American American. But they hug each other. The one with long dark hair that you know as Ashley throws down a skateboard, hops on it, and begins to skate off.
Okay. Where's the other one go?
The other one is kicking around a soccer ball and just inside the garage.
Okay. I'm gonna follow the skateboarder.
And you do. You follow them for a while, and go ahead and give me. Are you trying to stay unnoticed?
No. That's not the intent here. No, I want her to know she's being followed.
Okay. All right. So you start to follow her. As you do, there's a brief moment where she glances your way and continues on. But you see her pop some earphones in as she skates off, and she rounds a corner before you lose sight of her.
Continue. I'm following until I get her somewhere secluded, or at least figure out where she's headed.
You continue to follow her, and go ahead and give me
Stealth body.
yeah. So you continue to follow. As you do. No, actually, give me an empathize mind.
I'm so good at those.
Zero?
0.
Okay. As you round a corner, you see her, but you also see that she takes something out of her pack, and no, actually, you don't see that. But she, you see her moving closer towards where the quarantine zone is. But she leads you. It's obvious that she's noticed you following her. But she stops at a secluded area near the fence of the quarantine zone.
All right.
And she stops a distance away from you.
Once it's clear she's come to a stop, the bat would have been tucked into her backpack so that people wouldn't see her just walking carrying a baseball bat, because, you know, it's not that weird if, you know, an athletic-looking person is walking around a neighborhood with a baseball bat. They might be going to go play baseball. Who knows? It's a little different than if you were in the inner city, but this isn't where we are. We're in a suburb. So once V steps into this clearing, she just says, "Yo, you Preston?"
I'm Ashley Preston.
Ashley Preston, the one who made the gaming programs and stuff? That's you, right? And when she makes that accusation, it's down the length of the baseball bat pointed at her. Yeah, that's you. You're the big shot at school who works with robots and does all the VR shit.
You do see that her eye does, like, one of her eyes twitch, like there's a little bit of annoyance and before she says, "Yeah, before fucking Sunshine Industries stole our shit."
Sunshine Industries stole your shit. They got your name plastered all over it. Doesn't sound like they stole it at all. You responsible for these headsets going around everywhere?
Fuck no.
Bullshit. V's gonna step closer with the bat.
He steps away. What the hell do you want?
Your shit almost killed one of my friends.
What was my shit?
The fucking headset. And is there anything nearby that she can hit with the bat to emphasize that she's mad?
There's
something smashable.
There's probably like a rotting park table. Since you're near the quarantine zone, nobody really uses it or comes around here.
Yeah, there's just as she's stepping, it's just going to be the arm goes up and she smacks it down very hard, so that there's, you know, if it's a rotting table, there's some clear damage. Obviously not going to smash the table, but it's going to be enough to show that she's very serious as she takes another step closer.
When you take another step closer, she does. She turns to her side, taking another step back, but she hides them with her arms.
Were you messaging my friends?
No.
Someone named Preston was messaging my friends while they were in the VR. And after they got out of the VR, they were messed up.
Yeah, well, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Well, to me, it looks like you made these programs. Your name is plastered all over them.
Whoever the fuck's using my name is doing it illegally.
Bullshit. She throws back, steps closer.
She steps away. And at this point, her back is to the fence of the quarantine zone.
Way I see it, if it looks like a bitch, talks like a bitch, it is a bitch. And you almost killed my friend.
I didn't.
Prove it.
How did you see?
I didn't see anything. All I saw was the damage afterwards. She's going to take a swing, but she's purposely aiming for the fence.
Give me a charm heart.
0 successes.
0 success. Okay. So, while your intent to intimidate her, or while your intimidating of her does work, it doesn't quite have the effect that you were hoping for. Since she immediately kicks open a weak spot in the fence and slides it up, and she quickly rolls under it.
Fuck, get back here!
Yeah, she is running.
I'm gonna chase her.
Yep, you crawl through and you begin to chase. Give me a move body.
0 successes. 3 conditions, y'all.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to push?
I cannot, because if I push any further, I'll have nothing left. Actually, you know what? Yes, because injured would make sense. Trying to crawl through that fence, she's gonna catch something, cut herself, something to that effect.
Okay.
When you re-roll, does it apply the conditions as well, or is it just the failed dice?
I think it rerolls the failed dice.
Okay. One success.
One success. So she rolls under, and you, and it quickly becomes clear that she purposely led you here so that she had a quick escape route. But you quickly follow, and you being athletic as you are, scraping yourself along the fence, begin to chase after her, into the quarantine zone. As you run her down, it quickly becomes apparent that you are while she's not in bad shape, you're in better shape. And you're able to grab her, and the two of you tumble to the ground, with you pinning her down. But she starts shouting, "Get the fuck off me!"
Not until you answer my questions. What the fuck is going on with your shit? You almost killed somebody that I care about.
I didn't kill anyone!
You made it. You're responsible.
As you're saying that, the blood from the scrape you have drips onto the ground, and when it does, everything around you seems to be gray and dull, and another drop of your blood goes down, and as it hits the ground, turns gray and dull. And when you look up, you see decaying trees and dead wood.
Oh, fuck.
And she sees it too, and she looks absolutely horrified.
Wait, you see this shit too?
Yeah,
Ah, fuck.
we gotta go. Get off me, get off me. She starts pushing you up.
She pulls back, and the anger is still there, but the survival instinct is greater. So she helps her up, and she says, "I can deal with you later, but we gotta get out of here."
She is quickly looking around, and after a moment, she grabs your hand and starts pulling you along, but she seems to be heading back towards where the fence was. What did your friend say?
I don't know. They did it behind my back. I only saw what happened afterwards.
And what did they tell you?
That VR headset thing is trying to get into their heads. It's trying to make them stay with the programs. They're all telling you different things, but ever since your headsets have been distributed out to people, we've been seeing shit like this.
Everything I had was a prototype. Nothing had gone out.
Why would you make something like this?
It's not completed. There's no reason that these things should be here.
But why would you make something like this? Prototype or not, this is your design.
I have no idea what's going on, but I told you and your friends that you had to get out of Stillwater before it got a hold of you.
She's gonna stop. You said you didn't message us.
No. I told your friend when she came here. The one going on tour. She had to leave. Stillwater has a way of keeping people here.
You know, people don't leave Stillwater. Alright. I'm gonna trust you for now. The moment I see you do anything, she just emphasizes with the bat.
As the two of you are making your way back towards the fence, she's just talking in a low voice. If you want to find out what's going on, I don't know what you're getting involved in, and I don't know who's using my name. But if you want answers, there's 3 places I can think of.
I'm listening.
She's constantly looking over her shoulder, and pauses before you all get to the fence, and gets down low, and you notice that there is something, a shadow kind of shifting off in the distance. You could try sneaking to one of the guards' office. I wouldn't recommend that because they have guns. If you have a way to get into one of Sunshine Industries complexes, they may have answers. And the other option is to get into the quarantine zone.
The fuck's in the quarantine?
The glider. The loop.
What does that have to do with this?
Everything comes from the loop.
Yeah. Everything sure does.
The shadow that you see in the distance begins to grow, and after a moment, you just hear Ashley swear under her breath, but she turns around and puts her back against the fence, and as it approaches, you hear multiple voices, nothing distinct, but she says, "Don't look at it."
Definitely not going to look at it.
She closes her eyes.
Going to close my eyes.
As these voices draw closer, there is the sensation of hands being placed on you, one on your head, another on your shoulder, and then one finds where you had scratched yourself. And a moment later, you open your eyes, and you're back, leaning against the fence. Everything's back to normal.
Preston, where are you?
You see a long girl with long dark hair skateboarding down the sidewalk where she originally led you.
Hey, get the fuck back here!
She pauses and looks over.
We're not done.
Takes out the earphones. Sorry, what?
I'm gonna comprehend that.
Absolutely.
V's definitely not smart enough to understand, but her brain is trying. 0 successes.
0 successes. You have no idea what the fuck just happened. But she's looking at you confused.
Nothing. Cool skateboard.
Thanks. Vivian, right?
V. Nobody calls me Vivian.
Sorry.
It's fine.
You okay?
No, as a matter of fact, I'm not. I feel really stupid for coming down here. You made that VR thing, right? You're really smart with video games and stuff.
You see her eye kind of twitch. I was.
The Sunshine stole it from you, right?
How did you know?
Corporations are assholes like that. Capitalism will be the downfall of our society.
Yeah, I was working on a prototype. My teacher was had shown me before he died.
In the accident?
Not.
Yeah, My father too. That's all right. It's not all right, but I understand.
Sorry about your dad.
Sorry about your teacher.
There's a sad smile for she kind of shrugs and says, "Well, if you want, I can show it to you."
No. That's quite all right. But I have a couple of friends who are really into that shit. Maybe they might be interested in seeing it.
Yeah. If they ever want to come by, then that's fine.
Yeah, well, I'll hold you to that, Ashley.
He gives a nod.
Hey, stay safe out here. There's a lot of crazy things going on in town lately. Somebody could get hurt if they're not paying attention.
You see, there's a moment where she kind of like freezes for a minute and just gives a nod. Yeah. You too.
Cool. See you later then.
He waves and steps back on her skateboard. Doesn't seem to remember a thing.
Internally, V is screaming at herself. She is going to kind of look back at the fence where she saw that weak point.
That weak point is there.
Is there any indication of her injury? Torn fabric, blood?
Yes, there is. But when you look at where you had been scraped, it's healed over.
But I remember everything.
You remember?
Healed over, not gone.
Healed over, not gone.
Okay. She's gonna walk back, and probably along the way, she's going to find something to smash with the baseball bat.
Smash a littered beer bottle. What's everyone else doing?
Hard to follow up on.
Yeah.
Lydia is just still laying in Tracy's arms and just in a flash of cognition is just like, man, I hope V's not doing anything dangerous, like chasing down someone with a bat into the quarantine zone. That'd be
That is
weird.
really
I
cognitive.
mean, you did see her leave with that, right?
No,
Yeah,
we
nobody-
didn't
we didn't.
actually see
Nobody
it.
saw her leave.
No one knows that she's
Oh,
gone.
okay. We did
She
not.
said
see her
she
leave
was
with
going
that.
to use the bathroom.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I thought she said she was going to get
Uh,
Preston, but we didn't see her with the bat. Because
No,
that was
she
outside.
said she was going to the bathroom. She didn't even say shit.
She didn't say
Like,
she was
I
leaving.
remember that specifically.
Because she knew if she said anything, somebody would follow her. She did not tell you guys she was leaving.
Yep.
See,
So I think Courtney is checking in with Joe to make sure she's okay. Just
The
because,
answer,
like,
no.
well, what I'm doing is hey, are you all right? Like, I know it can be really hard with someone raising their voice at you, and like, I just want to make sure you're doing okay.
Fucked up. Fucked up.
We all fuck up sometimes. Like, that's not an excuse for your friends to be violent with you.
Fuck ups that only get your friends hurt.
That's not your fault. You were doing what you thought was right given the circumstance, I assume. Like, did you intentionally try to make her hurt?
Oh, but didn't do enough. Wasn't enough to not for not. Joe's actually
Like-
having trouble speaking at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey. It's all right. Would you like a hug?
Joe's gonna nod.
And I just wrap her up in a big hug and just be like, it's okay. Like, you didn't know what was going on. You didn't know what happened. Like, you didn't even step foot inside the headsets. You didn't have a full grasp at how dangerous it could be in there. Like, it's not your fault for not understanding. Like, how can you understand without being privy to all of the information? It's okay. And I would like to try to make a lead roll to heal some conditions.
Go for it.
Well, a condition, probably.
Fingers crossed.
Hey.
Yeah, one success.
Nice.
Right, one success, you're able to heal one condition. One of
104.
Trying to help you out.
I'm gonna remove scared.
You see them physically calm down a little bit. The shaking stops. Muscles relax, become a little less tense.
Hey, we're here for you. And like, just when you're ready to talk, I'll be here for you to talk. Like, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about anything. Like, just, I'm here for you, okay?
Joe's gonna nod and just. Thank you.
Of course. And then I turn my attention towards the bed and just like see how they're doing.
Well, I think I'm providing comfort. Kind of doing like head pats and kind of soft affection things to comfort. And I guess when you get here, I look up and I say, "How is she? I didn't mean to be that harsh on her. I can't believe I fucking called her a Nazi. That was really fucked up of me."
Yeah, she is honestly really upset. She just got like torn down by everybody just now because she did what Lydia wanted her to do. Like
Well,
I think it was unfair to like put so much blame
Cool,
on
let me
Joe.
take here. I see what you're saying. This is a difficult situation, and I definitely was too harsh on her. But I look down at Viv or at Lydia. Sorry, while this is happening, and I look back up at you and I say, "They should have told us what they were planning. They should have let us
They
in.
should
They
have
could have
told
died.
us. Like, honestly, they should have told
They
us.
could
I
have
agree.
died."
But like, you know how Lydia is. You know how Lydia is. She probably didn't even tell Joe anything until we were already gone. Like, let's be real. That's who Lydia is. That's not who Joe is. Like, yeah, it could have been brought to our attention immediately, but things can always be done better and cleaner and like more effectively, and we can't really blame someone for having emotional reactions to things.
Right.
Which, like, I don't blame you for being angry. I just think that, like, we shouldn't be yelling at our friends when we're angry. We should try to actually process the emotions.
You're making good points. Entirely valid. Yeah.
Sorry, I just deal with enough of that at home. I don't want to experience it when I'm with my friends.
in her mind, she really wants to say, "You think I don't?" But she holds that back, and she kind of just calmly doesn't say anything at all, and she just kind of keeps petting Viv. Or why am I messing that up? There's no one named Viv in this game. She keeps on petting Lydia, and she maybe starts petting a little harder than she was as she's trying to like repress her frustrated response that she really wants to shout.
You should just
I'll say that harder pet kind of tugs at Lydia's hair and wakes her up one more time from that stupor she was in.
Ah,
Yeah.
shit,
Just
sorry.
say it.
Okay.
Say it. I
Yeah.
want the drama.
The drama. Yeah, Lydia just kind of stirs like, oh, oh God, my neck. Oh, where's V? Where's Joe?
V is, I think, out using the bathroom. Joe is in the other room feeling bad about her actions. Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Lydia's just gonna kind of lean over. Oh God damn it! Of course, Joe's feeling. Wait, V's outside using the bathroom in her own home.
I was
No,
waiting for it.
I'm not my best friend's keeper, all right?
Oh my
Or
God,
I was waiting for that. How long has she been in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Why would she go outside of her own home to use the bathroom? God damn it!
Well, we don't
Lydia
know
just
that she went outside.
Yeah, she's out using the bathroom.
Lydia just kind of braces herself against Tracy, just back up to her feet and like just hands on forehead, just waiting for the equilibrium.
Hey, are you doing okay? Like, you scared the hell out of us.
That's an
Yeah.
understatement.
Yeah, the color returns to her face, and it's like, yeah, I think I'm okay for right now. I'm sorry about that. I just hold on, and just walks out of the room and to find Joe. And I assume Joe has not left the house or anything.
I don't think
Not at this
Tracy's
point, though.
super comfy letting her go off on her own just yet, and kind of looks at Courtney with like a kind of face
I
and
guess.
follows.
Yeah. Also follow.
Yeah. Lydia's just going to like not storm into the next room, but just heavy walk. Like it's an exhausted walk. And she's just going to look around the room. Joe, there you are.
Right here.
God, I could hear what was going on. I wasn't awake. I'm so sorry. I didn't think anything like that was gonna happen. I didn't mean to have you be the center of all that. I just knew you were the last person who was gonna stop me from trying to get some information.
You should have done it a different way. I should have got you out sooner.
And Lydia's just gonna kneel down next to Joe and just hug her and like, I'll do it differently. I promise.
You shouldn't have hid that you were doing that from us. You shouldn't have waited for us to leave before you did that. Like, that was not okay. Like, you're putting yourself in danger when we can't be there to help. Like, what were you thinking?
Yeah, we're friends, right? That's kind of the whole point. We stick up for each other. We help each other. We can't help you if you don't let us in.
Lydia's just gonna kind of let go of Joe, sit back, and just.
We've been friends since we were fucking kids.
I understand, but consider this. How everybody reacted last night when we tried the VR. Courtney almost lost her freaking mind. V. You could see how visibly upset V was. None of you guys were going to let me go back in there, and the only way that I can think of getting any answers right now is in there. Because what happens next time? What happens next time that we go to PartyBot? None of us had answers. None of us had a clue on where we were or how to get out. And I knew there
Well,
was
at least
no
we
way in
know-
hell that you guys
We-
were going to let me back in.
At least we know for next time how we can get back out. Like, we're working through this together. You can't go off on your own, half-cocked, expecting to get good results when all you're doing is putting yourself in danger.
It probably would have been fine if I just stayed in the usual private server.
You went out of the private server?
I was working on a theory, okay, and the private server wasn't getting me much.
What did you see in there?
It's weird. It's almost like the private server, but just en masse. Like, I appeared in my own little personal made place, but so was everybody else's, kind of. It was like a weird stapled together hellscape wonderland.
How many Batmen were there?
You know, really weird, there was one Batman.
I would have assumed there would be a lot more.
To be fair, I did only see two people, and one of them was Batman. So, but yeah, I saw that
50%,
Charlie.
that sounds right.
But yeah, I saw that Charlie kid from the party. He was. I'm just gonna pretend that Batman was not mentioned. I was like, he was, in his own little place. But he was one of the only other people I was able to talk to that wasn't just some projection. And of course, he's been playing the VR headset with his friends. And
the rich bitches.
yeah, and
Parentheses male.
yeah.
I hate to ask because this place is obviously terrifying, but are you sure that everyone else was projections and not just taken over?
I mean, it's not unlikely, but
Terrifying thought.
It is, right?
I suppose I didn't get a good enough look at most people. But regardless of the fact, Devin has been playing the game with Charlie, and he's not been heard from.
Holy shit. I mean, the guy's an idiot, but I had no malice towards him.
Yeah.
This is the same Devin who threw up on the stairs.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's
Brother.
an idiot.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
I thought he diarrheaed on the stairs.
He's a
Oh.
Was that
literal
real?
ass. Just pulling the Marty McFly. He's a literal asshole. But yeah,
I mean,
I
every
was
time
with.
he talks, it's like diarrhea, but I don't know if that's what happened down the stairs.
But yeah, I was with Charlie the whole time, and he kept pinging Devin and nothing, and that's why I'm so terrified. It could happen.
Oh, did everything freeze for me? Hello? And hold on, everything's freezing on my end. Shae.
Yeah.
Frozen. Frozen.
Hey, Frozen.
Hmm?
And everyone, Rin is frozen.
Rewind 10 seconds. Everything froze on my end.
Yeah.
It
Oh, no
disconnected.
problem.
It-
Oh no!
Just I may need to restart during the break, but I don't know.
Dang, OBS.
Yeah, OBS. Oh, and now it did this. Okay, everything's going haywire now.
Oh no!
No!
There we go. Okay.
It figures we start talking about virtual reality and everything goes haywire. Like they don't want us to talk about it.
It's Preston.
So apologies, I didn't. OBS didn't pick up any of that. So for the
What was the last thing you heard?
I couldn't even tell you. It's
Oh god.
yeah.
Uh,
You guys were talking about. Oh, Talking about shit stairs.
Oh, shit stairs. Okay.
Where Shae
so-
was reminding you guys that it was shit stairs.
Yeah. So Lydia was just like, I was with Charlie the whole time in that thing, and he kept trying to ping Devin, and there was just no response at all. And I was, I was terrified that any of that could happen to you guys. What if, Tracy or Joe just vanishes back into that other zone, that ether, and then we can't contact anybody. And Lydia digs out her cell phone and shakes it in front of everybody. And like, that's why I went in. I was able to contact myself from inside.
Lydia, the issue is, what if that happened to you while you were in there and none of us knew what had happened?
That's it right
That's
there.
why we're upset.
That's it. That's why we're upset.
I don't have the best answer for that.
And like, honestly, the reason I was freaking out in there is legit because like that thing was talking about taking away all of your troubles. Nothing can do that. That's impossible. You can't have your troubles disappear. It sounds like it's like a fucking mind control machine, and that's why I didn't want us to be in there anymore.
Tracy eyes her flask at that juncture.
Something
I
else
think-
also texted other than Lydia.
Yeah, Lydia
It-
just scrolls through, looking at all the mass deleted messages. Like, whoever contacted me, maybe it's archived, but it's lost in here.
Well, I mean, I'm just happy you're back. This has been the really fucked up past couple weeks. Please, 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 please don't do this again. Don't leave us in the dark with regards to... Obviously, you're right. We wouldn't have wanted you to go and do this, but at the very least, just talk to us. Maybe, maybe you could have convinced us.
Yeah.
I want you to be okay.
We're
want us
just
all to be
worried
okay.
about you. Like, we're really worried about you. We have to fucking stick together right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have
We're the only
no
people
fucking
dealing with it
clue.
at the moment, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
The only people who know any of this. We're a team now, not just friends, but like we're on the cusp of something really fucked up. There's some really fucked up shit going on, and we gotta watch out for each other. Sorry, I don't mean to lecture you. I sound like my fucking mom when I break a plate.
Well, at
I'm
least
sorry.
Lydia's just gonna glaze over at her phone, just be like, well, at least somebody's being a mom. And just pockets her phone again.
I mean, honestly though, this last 3 days has felt like a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah, right. That's definitely what I said, and I absolutely just meant days. My god.
Listen.
It's-
Days, weeks, what is time?
I mean, we went to another fractured universe, time dimension.
Yeah, I'm
Inverted
exactly
life?
what was going on there.
I'm so confused by that, if I'm being real.
I don't think time really matters at the moment.
So, a couple things. It's been about half an hour before V walks in again. Also, I noticed that that V has nightmares about Eldritch Garfield before Eldritch Garfield was a meme, and I just did that thing.
You sure did.
Yes, I did. And I'm in permaload on Twitch.
Yeah,
Nice.
same here.
Oh no. Are people able to hear you guys?
Well, I'm gonna restart it because OBS probably puttered out completely. Recording is still going, so that's.
I figured the recording was still working.
Yeah, just give it a.
Recording is fine. I'm just giving it a moment.
Just jiggle the handle. It'll work.
Just jiggle it. Just jiggle. All right, I'm gonna turn it back on. Let's see.
It's the 90s. Have you tried hitting it?
Have you tried?
It's true.
Smacking the side panel really hard to see if it fixes itself.
Just somebody needs to be the Fonz. Just give it a good whap and an A.
All right.
Hey, I feel like that's my character.
I'm going to go ahead and say that we are back on, so refresh again, folks. Clear. Let's see if it helped.
You're back.
Okay. Cool.
Oh god, I'm getting German advertisements on the stream now.
German ads. By
lebt
Schweizer
mit
Stimme
uns die
Sprache.
Wohlgefallen. Der Ringe der Macht.
Did you say das Flügen Flingo Flingenhaver? Oh god, yes,
Das
the Flügen Flingo Flingenhaver.
Das Fluten the Duten.
I just always remember that scene from Euro Trip. Bring out the Flügen Flingo Flingenhaver.
Okay, so V is on her way back.
Touch base.
Personally, I think Lydia has a path to go, although what are my conditions?
Everything's broken if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, I'm bleeding like a stuffed pig.
No, wait, you had one of them healed.
I'm gonna
Pat.
go ahead.
Yeah, Tracy healed one.
Try to I'm gonna try and do another heal if that's permitted by the GM, because I've been trying to give you a little bit of harsh love, but also definitely a lot of actual positive, not reinforcement, but positive comfort. I don't know.
You're safe here, you stupid idiot.
Yes, mommy.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be allowed to keep helping in this manner either.
Hey,
if you all want to make lead rolls to heal a condition, you may, or to heal someone else's condition, you may. Just keep in mind, if you fail, you do take a condition.
Well, I got one more from
Fine, I only
Tracy,
have one
so
condition.
I'm gonna get rid of.
Hey!
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm gonna get rid of.
I just walked in.
I'm gonna
Scared.
go ahead and take upset.
Actually-
Yeah, you're really stressed.
Shit.
Does it matter which one you take off, or do you have to go from bottom up?
Which one do you think is thematically appropriate?
I don't think it matters because it's all the same thing ultimately. So whichever one makes
Fair,
sense
yeah.
to you.
I'm gonna get rid of scared.
I'm
Okay.
upset and exhausted.
Yeah, it does say you take the one you're trying to heal, but that also seems silly since they all do the same thing.
True. Yeah.
Well,
But
the
theming.
the ticks reflect how you roleplay from there on. So
Yeah.
whatever you're trying to heal is thematically appropriate for. If they were trying to calm you down from being scared, you should untick the scared, regardless of them having the same mechanical penalty.
Yeah.
I think at this point Lydia is going to walk over to the box that she brought to V's house, pull out the catalog, and grab one of the headsets, and just kind of stuff it into her elbow, and just be like, I need to have a conversation with someone.
Who? Can you please tell us who this time?
Also, where the fuck is V?
That's actually a good point. She's definitely not using the bathroom.
She had to have a
door's
real
actually
hard poop
dry.
outside.
Yeah.
I mean, unless she's having an IBS thing, and that's totally fine.
Yeah, Lydia just
That
looks up at you
happens.
both and is just like, why do you think Lydia, why do you think V would go outside of her own home to use the bathroom? She clearly went out to go get into trouble.
Oh fuck, you're right.
I get passed out for 5 minutes and you guys fall apart.
Walk to the bathroom door and knock on it.
That does not
V
excuse
in
any of this.
Hey, not in the bathroom. Nope.
But Lydia
Shit,
looks back
yeah.
over to Tracy and is just like, I need to have a conversation with my mother and father.
Fair. Yes. No. That's fair. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This has been very stressful.
Well, like, don't go alone. Take someone with you.
True. I mean, don't your parents like me? Or they met me once and they didn't hate me? No, wait, your parents did meet me that one time and they said that you shouldn't hang out with people like me. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm fairly positive my parents have a restraining order on all of you, but I'm not sure how far they went through on court with that.
Well, I mean, they saw me at that one house party that you tried to host that one time so long ago. Remember that? Oh, they're not gonna let me back in.
If
When they're
whoever
closer.
is willing to put up with me, but a lot older and a lot more stubborn, pick your poison.
This is when V walks through the door and she says,
Yep.
"Yeah, sure. Why not? I tolerate you after all."
Oh,
Perfection.
God.
Where have you
Thank
been?
you.
Yeah, where have you been?
Oh, I was
Bit long
taking.
for a bathroom break.
Oh God, you actually believe that?
I'm realizing
For
now
a
that I shouldn't
while.
believe anything my friends say ever.
I'm a really trusting person.
She's
Hey,
gonna
Tracy,
say.
I would never lie to you.
V is
I actually believe that.
V is gonna look at everybody kind of apologetically, and she says, "I went to go see Preston."
What?
How did
I-
that go?
If I had water in my mouth, that would be a spit take.
Lydia's just gonna roll her eyes like, which Preston did you go to see?
The one that matters.
Well, yeah, but like...
Which one is that?
The one responsible for
Ashley.
the VR headsets. Ashley.
Wait, was it her mother that did it?
No, it was her. She says Sunshine stole her prototype.
Wait, the
while
little
the girl who played
little
at the party.
skateboarder.
Yeah, the musician.
Guitar.
Yeah, she's actually very talented, apparently.
She's really cool too. Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna go ahead and just come right out and say it. I'm sorry for being very angry. The fact that I'm not in handcuffs right now means I didn't commit a felony, as tempted as I was to do so.
Is V still bleeding?
No, apparently that healed.
Would you like to make a investigation mine?
She does look very. She does look very shook up.
Or empathize?
I'm equally as terrible at both of those, but I'll go. give
May
it a
I
shot.
empathize?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna also give it a shot if that's all right.
I'd also like to try as well.
Don't do well.
There's one. There's two.
Here comes Lydia with the resounding 0. Fucking knew it.
Okay, I passed one of my mini checks with my 4 conditions. It's all right.
So, sorry, I have to look around my team. So, Joe and Courtney, you both notice, were those empathize or those were empathize?
Empathize,
You
yep.
both get to ask. Both get to ask 2 questions. Such as, but apparently not limited to, you get to ask 2 questions such as, what is her weak spot? How can I make her do something?
The
What
ankle.
does she feel? What does she want? What will she do? Is she lying to me? Or something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
Is she lying about not committing a felony? Like, I know above game that it's a miss, but it's still not something Joe knows.
She did not commit a felony. She certainly attempted to, but she did not commit it.
She did not succeed.
She did not physically assault somebody.
Especially if time warped. Like, I don't even think those actions happened. So could a felony
Exactly.
have even been
Couldn't-
contemplated?
Couldn't technically prove that she actually did it. But as far as V is concerned, she did not commit a felony by assaulting this girl. She certainly tried.
Okay.
I think the best way to answer that is you probably get the feeling that she tried and something stopped it. She's still a street kid after all.
How does she feel?
She is,
What does she feel?
she is all of the conditions she has currently. She is upset, scared, exhausted, and apparently injured. How she feels, like, real answer is she's upset, confused, and probably scared because she went to the other side without everybody else.
Yeah.
Hey, new follower.
Hey, new
Yeah.
friend.
New friend.
Hello, new friend.
I would say along those lines, you also notice that there are little healed over scratches. It looks like they will fade probably fairly soon in the next day or two.
Oh, the fuck?
Holy shit.
Joe's actually gonna get up for the first time since getting yelled at and actually go over to V. He's like, you got hurt. Or at least
I did. All right. She's gonna just tell them everything. She had followed Ashley. She had confronted her in a field near the quarantine zone. She had swung the bat with no intention of initially hitting her. They chased each other into the quarantine zone. They wrestled for a moment, and then they both ended up on the other side because apparently she was injured, and that triggered. She's going to bring out the insight that her injury seemed to trigger going to the other side, which is a new revelation for everybody, or should be, because I don't think anybody's been injured before.
no, it's not just focus that brings on the other side. Or whatever Hugh did.
Whatever Hugh did. Are we
Well-
really blaming Hugh for that?
Fucking
Yes.
you.
Fucking cute. It sounds like something
I
he
mean,
would do.
Because
I
Hugh
can't
became
believe
the
that.
But, like-
fucking monster fuck when we went over.
I have a theory.
This fucking nerd.
I have a theory.
You have a-
Cthulhu. Hugh. Crack the code.
Cthulhu.
Fuck
Damn.
Cthulhu.
was drinking.
I'm sorry, Shae.
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu. Hugh.
Hulu. Yeah.
Crack the code. Sorry, campaign's over.
He's just a dumb kid that doesn't know how to interact with people. I don't know why y'all are being so weird about him. He wants friends and thinks that we can be his friend.
Are you gonna put up with him long enough to be his friend?
I mean, I don't mind him. I just think he's weird, but like, fuck, who isn't?
I'm not. I'm super cool. Just
Nailed it.
I mean,
Tracy takes a huge swig.
everybody
from
likes you. That's for sure.
yes. Well, that was a joke. Haha.
Mhm.
We're joking now, right? We're talking about Lovecraft stuff and other things, right? We can joke, we can have fun.
And everybody
Yeah.
does like you.
We do, yes.
Thank you.
Lydia just goes like,
Wow.
yes, haha, friendship. I need all of your help, thank you.
Yes. we're
So what's
here.
this about
what
going to
can
your
we do?
parents?
Lydia holds up the catalog and the headset and is just like, with your little epiphany and what I found out, and since everybody here has witnessed some sort of action around these things, I think it's time I have a talk with my father.
Cool, let's go. And she's gonna just hoist the bat up a little more.
I need to warn all of you, or remind all of you, I suppose, what a hard ass my father can be. The man runs an enormous company, and he has little regard for anybody beneath him.
Oh,
So
White guy
just
sounds horrible.
What's
Just-
fucking new? Let's go.
just try to bite your tongue when needed, and just be ready.
I'm an expert tongue biter.
We have to put your own tongue at somebody else's.
I think Courtney blushes a little bit.
Hey.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, yep, I heard that.
Well, if everybody's ready for this,
Like, honestly, it's like your dad and shit. So, like, it's your conversation. But if he tries to start walking all over you, I'm going to say something.
Lydia at this point has just basically not faced, like, looked towards any of you, and was just like, I didn't need you guys in the VR world because I wasn't afraid. I'm afraid now.
I'm sorry. I'm taking this all super lightly. Your father's a humongous prick, and you need allies.
As
I'm
much
here
as
for
I
you.
can thank you. As much as I can handle my father, I also am going to be walking in on a man that I thought I knew. And now I have a mountain of things that I don't understand about him anymore. And that's the most
Yeah.
terrifying thing imaginable, because now I don't know what I'm going up against.
That's hard.
It's real.
Well, we'll be there with you.
Exactly.
Just grabbing our bag and being ready.
Thanks, guys. Let's walk into the lion's den then.
Can I pet the lion?
This one will take your hand off, I assure you, and then probably try to sell you a new one.
Wait, would it have super strength? Because that would be pretty cool.
If you don't want to walk into the VR world, I can assure you, you don't want whatever hand he's going to try to sell you.
You make a
I
good
mean,
point.
prosthetics are different. Like, they're really useful. Like,
This one's
they
got
can-
Bluetooth and a cup holder.
Fuck's Bluetooth.
Well, like, my hands have cup holders too. They're called fingers.
This is the new model. It's got a cup holder on the back, so your hands are free. It's incredible.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. Yeah.
All right, if anybody wants to do stuff, I have given Lydia's course. People are free to handle any else that they want to do without me
I
interceding.
still don't think that my character has touched base with her mom yet about why she wasn't home. So maybe we go by the diner on the way there. I think that
Oh,
is on the
yeah.
way to Lydia's place. I
Mhm.
mean, you got to go all the way through town before you get to that part of town.
Oh, it's the rich people part. It's nowhere near here, so.
Exactly. It's like
It's
on the
nowhere
other
near.
side of town from here.
It's gonna be pretty far, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine it's on the north side of town where, like, there's nothing up there except for the rich people neighborhoods. Maybe a couple of high-end restaurants that poor people can't afford to go to.
Right, but they're not connected to like other things. They're kind of in their own little strip malls or like parking lot areas, you know? They're like on the main street. They're not part of the rest of the town.
It gets so extreme. It's like, it's not a gated community, it's a gated peninsula. Like, you have to take a freaking boat just to
A
even
little
get
bit of
over.
a little lake.
Excuse me, do you have your rich person pass?
Just
Like
holds
a
up Lydia
Boca
like
Raton
this.
of this town. Yeah.
Yeah, do you have a reservation? They just pick up Lydia like a ball.
Pick her up, put her next to the scan thing. Clear.
It's only good for +1. 2 comes in, 1 goes out with Lydia.
I'm just a
That's what I-
freaking fifth element multipass.
Multipass.
Oh god. Yeah, so I guess we stop by the diner on the way then.
Okay, All right, and I believe a couple folks have 2 parents who work at the diner.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it actually hasn't been too long. So you all are on your way in the direction of the rich folk district of town. I don't know what you'd call it.
Upper Stillwater.
Upper Stillwater.
Stillwater Heights. I don't know.
So if the
something
town
that sounds pretentious.
Well, if
Bubbly
the
waters.
town is Stillwater, then like the upper part of town should be like the Rapids or something.
I like it. But of course, it's situated on the hill where it didn't take any flood damage.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It looks.
What about Placid Falls?
Yeah.
I do like that. Placid Falls.
Mm-hmm.
That has alligators
That's
coming out
our
of
rich
it.
person district.
Hey. Perfect.
But you all stop by the diner on the way there, and as you all, and I take notes so I can find out what this place was called.
Wasn't it Three Gophers?
Three Gophers, yes. Three Gophers. And other stuff. So you all stop by the Three Gophers, and I'd say it's still morning. They haven't quite reached the lunch rush yet. But
Okay,
not
so
only
that healthy in between.
yeah. There's maybe a couple people there who are just getting a quick bite to eat or coffee. But the 5 of you walk in, and there is there is Carla Green, kind of in the back taking someone order. And she actually sees all of you and gives a quick wave as she's taking someone's order. But she calls towards the back, and a moment later, Tracy's mom, Kylie Evans, is bringing out an order for someone else. Sets a coffee in front of someone, but she smiles and gives a nod, and she waves and says, "Well, about time someone checked in."
Yeah,
Hey, Mrs.
sorry.
Evans.
When we got home last night, it was super late. Like, it was like around, what was it, like 11:30? I was pretty sure you were asleep, so I didn't want to call, but I stayed the night over at V's. Is that all right?
Mrs. Green already told me.
Sorry,
You're
Shae, I
alright.
didn't hear that.
Mrs. Green already told me. You're alright.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so sorry. I like to make sure that I touch in with you. But anyway, we probably need breakfast or something, right, guys?
Oh, for sure. I could eat.
Alright.
I could use some energy for later.
Actually, it's brunch now because V made an amazing breakfast.
That is true. We did have a big ass breakfast though, but it's been a while.
Well, I mean, you know, a lot's happened since then. We woke up and moved around the house.
Lydia's
Obviously, it's
just
time for more food.
Lydia's just gonna say like out loud, like, you do kind of work up an appetite when you almost die, so, and just plops into a seat.
Wait, what?
She has a hangover.
She's joking. She's joking. We didn't do anything dangerous.
Yeah, Lydia's just like, hangover, right? Yeah. Oh god, just
We
I was
definitely weren't drinking either.
I was not
Just gonna-
singing with the porcelain goddess.
So, I need
What was-
someone to give me a charm roll.
What was Joe gonna say?
That's
So Joe's just gonna sit into the booth and just kind
Thank
of
you.
make Lydia
Tracy.
stop talking.
just a hand over Lydia's mouth.
But it's like a
I'm just keeping my mouth shut. I'm just like,
So, by the way, while we sit down, V,
Mm-hmm.
how are you doing? I don't think we checked in since this morning.
Yes, I'd like to know how everyone's doing too, and why someone would almost die.
Oh, No, that was the drinking of too much
It's an
Water?
exaggeration
Soda.
with Courtney's
sugar.
wheelchair.
God, the excessive sugar. God, she's got a sugar hangover. She was a little excited last night. You know how that is.
Lydia's just like, I broke from my vegan diet. I'm sorry. I just
We had too much soda during the
Right.
party
You
that
ate
I
a
was playing
whole
guitar at.
chicken
Yeah.
sandwich with cheese. Just ruined her vegan diet.
She had
Everyone-
chicken
needed-
parm. She had chicken parm.
Exactly.
I need a charm roll. Go ahead and use a +1 die because everybody's helping.
from everybody.
So the second one then? I succeed again.
I also succeed.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did not see
I
that.
succeed again. I just keep winning.
Oh my
keep winning.
Okay.
And lying about drinking.
Yeah, we got this.
All
You
right.
goddess.
You see her.
Caucus. Sorry.
Yeah, I apologize. I've got
You're fine.
yeah, I can't see the rolls because my desk is kind of small and blocked off. But she seems to relax a little bit and says, as long as you all are safe. All right, what can I get you?
What do you recommend?
Well, you're looking a bit stressed, so maybe some pancakes with whipped cream.
Are you making it?
Yeah,
Take
Extra
two
whipped
of
cream.
extra whipped cream for you.
Take two of me and call me in the morning.
Yeah. And everybody else.
I'll just take a coffee and a side salad.
Everything bagel, please, with like some raw onions.
You got it.
Hash browns and a hot
Coffee.
chocolate.
And she writes all this down.
Oh, and tomato. Sorry, I can't believe I forgot that. Onions and tomato. Best part. of anything.
Coffee and a bagel. If you have hummus, toss hummus on there and cucumber with onion. And then I'm gonna get up, look back at V for a second after seeing that interaction, and just walk outside to breathe.
All right, I'll be right back.
I say.
But you see her walk towards the back with the order. Courtney, are you doing anything while outside or just breathing?
I imagine that I'm asking everyone who's walking by if they have a cigarette. Since it's the 90s, I'm assuming more people smoke.
I was gonna say, you know who has cigarettes?
No.
Go ahead and give me a contact roll.
Sure. 0 successes. And you know what? I hate to say it, but in this instance, I think she would push it. I think
Go for it.
she would push it. Yeah, still nothing. All right, yeah, no cigarette. Just getting more and more stressed out.
No, unfortunately, no passerbys offer a cigarette. Whether or not, or they all say that they don't have any. Whether or not they have one and just are refusing, or just legitimately don't have any, you don't know. But no, you're just there stressing out. Across the street, you do see a cat with a little white spot on its forehead, staring.
Cute little kitty. Hello.
Oh god.
And I want to
Say
adopt.
hello.
I'm gonna
And-
try to cross the street to go pet it.
All right. Go ahead. Give me a move body.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Oh my god, is like a crutch gonna fall out?
Hey.
Oh, okay.
Hey! Yeah, you cross the street, easy enough. When you make it over there, by the time you get over there, cat's not in the same place, but it is nearby, and it's sitting on a bench, just sitting there, watching,
Yeah.
staring at you.
And I'm just like, oh, hello, kitty. I'm gonna like slowly walk over to it as to not spook it, while just like reaching the back of my hand out so it can smell, and like, hey, kitty, I want to pet it.
You lean forward, and it does. This cat does the thing where it also leans forward and sniffs your hand, and it's doing the thing that a cat does. Just curious, being curious but cautious.
Mm-hmm.
But it sits back when it's done and doesn't flee, doesn't run away.
I'm gonna just give it some little scritches like that. On
You
like
do.
the underside like that.
You do this, and it is a cat. It does lean into it.
That's nice. You're a beautiful little kitty, huh?
There are soft purrs.
I'm gonna sit down and just like let it cuddle up next to me and just pet it while I'm sitting there for a minute.
Cats better than cigarettes.
Better than cigarettes, yes.
Is it bad?
Yeah. As you're sitting there, petting this cat, and just finding some sort of peace and solace through your stress, when you look down at it at one point, there's a moment where you're staring back at this, or you're staring at this cat, and this cat is staring back, and as it looks up to you, everything around it changes in that infinitesimal moment that doesn't seem to exist anywhere but the smallest instant, where everything is dull and gray and dead, and this cat that is staring back is shrouded in just a shadowy form with a singular circular form that just seems to be watching. But as that moment passes, that cat is still purring, still leaning into your hand.
I literally just lift my hands up like, okay, good kitty, and then I'm gonna just like stand up and go back inside the restaurant, like just like hurriedly walking, like,
You hurriedly walk away, and this cat like hops off and follows you briefly before you start to cross the road, before it stops, and then it just sits like it's waiting for you to return.
oh my god. Oh, it's so cute though. Like as a player, I'm like, this is adorable. But as my character,
Oh, I think I have another freeze up. Yeah, pun, I froze again.
Alright. Stream froze again. Oh yes, why?
Yeah, it's just... Well, I think it's my computer. It's just dumping the connection.
Anytime I do the other side stuff, it freezes.
Keep breaking the game.
I keep breaking reality.
It's
All right,
the
there it goes.
magic.
Okay. I'm gonna just restart the stream again. I think we have the recording.
Yay for recordings.
There was a request for break after this scene too.
Yep.
should be back on.
All right. So you enter again, and as you do, as you go to sit down, we can take a quick break before we come back to it and have everybody do their interactions because we are a bit past that time. So, quick 5 to 10 minute break. Everybody get up, stretch. Folks, hang tight. We'll be back shortly. I finished my drink, so but
Yes, refill time.
Refill time. See you guys.
Yep.
Cool.
Hope everybody in chat's doing okay. Sorry, we seem to be having so much trouble just keeping it ongoing. Everything is being recorded, so we will be able to actually upload the full episode without the whole breaks in it. Just OBS is acting weird, just doesn't want to keep us streaming on Twitch. Don't know if we're having the same issue on our YouTube though. I should actually check that out.
Yeah, OBS being a little dick.
It really is. So, how are you doing, Zaunis?
I'm alive. I am semi-dreading going to see my father.
Yeah.
Also, my legs hurt. I'm not drinking enough alcohol to numb the epilator pain.
That's why you need Tylenol. Or Midol, which I think Bat likes.
Yeah, one of those. I was woefully unprepared for my decisions today. God, I regret that. I regret using it on my face most of all. My face is on fire. Oh.
Yeah. I looked one of those things up. It's like, that's a lot of sharp metal grabbing bits. That's a scary.
Yeah, it's just basically a tweezer taped to other tweezers that tweeze together in a circle. It's kind of just a nightmare machine. It
Yeah,
works
that sounds
wonderfully. Yeah, like it works wonderfully if you could just kind of like, because like on the legs it's not that bad. You just kind of get like a little boink, and like that's all you really feel. But oh, when you hit those bad spots with it, Jesus Christ, it feels like
Oof.
putting your body part through a meat grinder.
Would you use something like a moisturizer help at all, or?
They say to like moisturize after to help with the after effect, but like they advise like you want your skin fucking bone dry when you epilate, because like you don't want anything getting into like the fresh pulled hair pores and stuff.
Oh yeah, that hurt.
Yeah, they're like no grease, no soap, just like bone fucking dry skin. Like you can wet it with like warm water, but like that's about it. So it was lesson learned. Lesson learned the hard way. I'm just gonna go get the laser and just solve my problems.
Yeah. Before lasering, you have to shave either way, because if
Yeah.
it's too long, it doesn't work or something.
Yeah, like my problem is I'm just tired of shaving every freaking day. That's my issue. So I was like, you know what? The epilator
Fair.
says like you can go like up to 3 weeks without having to shave because it takes so long for the hair to grow back. Let's just try it. How bad could it truly be? No, it was terrible. At least on the parts that I used it on. The legs was okay, but
Maybe it's something you have to build up to your face.
yeah, like I'm technically using the wrong one for the face anyways. There are ones that are built specifically for the face, but even then it's like facial hair is just so thick, it just hurts no matter what.
That's true.
Yeah,
I
that's
almost have
Welcome
a
back.
bad
fucking
gut,
mood.
man. I'm really sorry.
Oh yeah, it was a learning experience. I learned the hard way, and I will keep that lesson forever.
I also learned that lesson the hard way.
Because it's like I fully was aware that it was going to hurt, and I was like, I got it, and I was like even plucking hairs with the tweezer. I'm like, okay, I'm getting a feeling for like, okay, if that's how much one hair hurts, several at a time, okay, I think I can handle that. No, absolutely not.
Real. How's everybody feeling though? I hope I'm not making my character too emotional for people.
Nah, you Gucci.
No.
He's good.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm terrified to talk to my father though.
Yeah, she's great. V's are Lydia's father, on the other hand. We are.
Yeah, I did not expect that coming out.
Yeah, like I'm probably skipping an episode or two by doing this, but I'm also just like, listen, we've got info, and I don't think we've ever actually been introduced to Lydia's parents.
No, we have not.
So,
Yeah,
'Cause I've been
every
very,
time
like-
you've gone home, you've
More or
just
less.
avoided talking to them.
yeah. Because, like, I don't know, I have a very clear vision of, like, what her parents are like, and they're just... They wouldn't really give half a crap about Lydia's existence. Like, to them, Lydia is just... You're the heir. You will learn how to take care of the company. You will marry for money and status. That is why we had you.
Weep and womp.
Mm-hmm.
So Lydia, that's why. I think I forgot what was that, like the second episode or something, when Lydia went home. She was just like, "Hello, Gregory and Jacqueline." Like she doesn't even call them mom and dad.
Golly.
I'm surprised they don't make her call them ma'am and sir.
Well,
Whoa.
he is Gregory Tinsley. Like you will address him as Gregory Tinsley.
Mm.
Like I do not have other titles other than CEO or your Lord and Master.
Not
Like,
that kind.
Yeah, like he's not. And I always
know,
envision that
I
he's not like
know.
an evil dude, but he's you know the kind that he is.
Yeah.
You know the kind that they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know that kind. The kind that you know.
That smelly kind that
Smells.
Smelly.
Smelly anchovy.
Smelly cat, oh smelly
That is the first thing that
cat.
came to mind to me as well.
Anchovy.
Why are they mistreating you?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Pat, that picture came out great. I love it.
Thank you. I'm happy. I'm happy.
There's
you
gonna be-
like
It's gonna be boppins.
it. Big old bumps.
Get bonked.
I'm gonna post that on the tweeters. On the tweeterverse.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Tweet it out.
The
Tweet it,
tweeters
tweet it,
must
tweet it
know.
out.
Now
Tweets on the
all of
tweets.
Twitter knows you're here.
Now all of
Perfect.
Twitter knows you're hung like a stallion.
Oh.
That's the wrong picture.
I hope.
Wait,
we're
who
live.
linked those pictures?
I showed love and affection to the evil cat.
I don't know. I don't think you.
It's
I
not
don't-
evil.
Who says that cat's evil?
I don't think you praised Cthulhu enough.
He was adopting that cat.
Hulu, love it.
Oh yeah, that's the team mascot now in all its evil glory.
Cthulhu.
It warned Joe about the white van.
I
That's the
install
broad pinch of the
the
white fan.
Cthulhu game tomorrow.
Like, I hate the fact that I trust the VR headset more than I trust that fucking cat. Like, Lydia would just be like, cat, nah, beep boop boop, see ya.
Yeah.
All right, so whenever y'all are ready, we are back.
I am ready.
Welcome back, y'all.
Ready.
Ready.
All right, so Courtney comes back inside. The door, the little bell ringing as she enters once more. And your friends are all there. And just as that's happening, Miss Evans is coming out again, and she's setting plates on the table for everyone. V gets her extra whipped cream pancakes. With there's probably some chocolate chips in them as well.
Hell yeah.
It's a specialty.
Is this enough to clear my conditions from?
Absolutely.
All right.
These are condition clearing pancakes, baby.
Yes, they are.
I enjoy her extra creamy cream pancakes because I can't say it's a pie. So,
I mean, what is a pancake if not a flat pie?
it's true with extra
I
cream.
love Miss Evans' creamy pies. Tracy just staring at her. You what now?
Yeah,
But excuse me.
your mom's extra
Courtney?
creamy today. Sorry, I mean the pancakes are extra creamy today.
Tracy pretends she does not understand the implications.
Lydia's just like, what the fuck, mom?
Oh god, I thought of the worst. I don't even want to. I'm gonna say it anyway.
Yeah.
Tracy's like, I've seen that she has potential to fuck people's parents. Should I be worried?
I feel like that's a very real conversation they have over the food. It's like so.
Look, if you want to fuck my mom, that's fine, but don't tell me about it.
V just like halfway through a bite. Wait, are you serious?
I wasn't, and now I am.
There's a little thought bubble of V trying to figure out how to get Tracy and her mom at the same time.
Oh,
Dear
Lydia
House
is
Forum, Jack.
Yeah.
Lydia is just beet red eating her side salad.
Oh shit, you can see that? Puts the thought bubble away.
Sluts.
And I think Courtney's just sitting there getting angrier and angrier and isn't even bringing up the cat now, because as soon as she came back, this is what she came back
This
to.
is what you came back
And now
to.
she's just like,
Can't bring
What
up
the
the cat
fuck?
if we're talking
What the
about
fuck?
pussy.
It is a rule. Actually, hold on. So, seeing
I'm gonna rip
seeing
it.
Courtney
Oh,
looking
sorry.
upset, B is gonna look over and be like, "Hey, do you want to smoke? I got a cigarette right here."
I'm not going back outside. That cat just turned into something.
A cat?
Wait, what cat?
There was a cat outside, so I pet it. And when I was petting it, it like shifted into the other side, and it was like a one-eyed monster.
You always gonna look for the cat.
So you were petting the pussy, and then it turned into a one-eyed monster.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Lydia completely ignores the innuendo. It's just like, I don't like how frequent this shit's happening now.
Tracy understood
this
that.
this happened often, increasingly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if it's the same cat that showed the van to me. Maybe look for the van.
We can go look. We can't get sidetracked, but
Yeah, we have to go and talk to Lydia's parents. That's why we're here. Get
Maybe we
Lydia's
can
courage.
not fuck
Food
Lydia's parents too.
I mean, they
Wait,
don't-
what? Who's
don't-
fucking parents now? Oh, yeah, no.
Hey, yeah,
don't really
we
think
can
that's
unpack
an
that
option.
right now if you really want to.
I have to use the restroom. But you just boom.
You're always confused.
I know you're good, Tracy, but she clearly isn't.
Oh, right, yeah, sorry. No, my bad. Stepping down.
Courtney, I didn't want to do what I did, but we had to get you out of there.
And why did you?
It was the only option I saw to get you out of there, and I made a dumb decision to make sure that you could be here right now.
Like, I don't fucking.
I know saying I'm sorry won't help, but I am.
Like, I don't even push back against him because I'm afraid of what he'll do. Like, can you just acknowledge for a second that, like, you're kind of tearing apart my life with that decision?
I am, and that's why I'm apologizing. We needed to make sure that you could be out here. I mean, would you have rather have been left behind?
Like, that's beside the point. Like, honestly, I would have rather. Yeah, I think I would have rather been left behind than have that happen, honestly. Like, I've never seen either of my parents cheat. I mean, I suspect my mom does because, like, she's at the bar all the time and she somehow works 7 days a week. I highly doubt that's actually the case, but, like,
It's not the
still.
same when you're aware of it. I know. I did what I thought would help at the moment. I'm not even gonna say I did what I thought was best. I did what I thought would help. And
You did what you thought you could get away with.
more or less the same thing, yes. And I don't know. I didn't want to abandon you, and now I can see that it's only helped in pushing you further away.
Like, honestly, the whole thing is, like, how am I even supposed to look at you the same now?
I don't know.
Like, I know what you do. Like, I'm not gonna, like, I don't judge you on that, but then you, like, are coming into my life and making my life harder, and that's not okay.
It doesn't have to be harder.
Like, do you really think that you doing that is gonna change the way my dad interacts with me at all?
It might. I don't know. We haven't gone back there to see. To be honest, I couldn't tell you how he would act from one day to the next with how much he sits in front of that TV with nothing but alcohol. He could have just as easily had rejected the idea completely, but I just knew we needed to get you out of there, and whether getting you out of there because the environment's not good for you or that we needed to not leave you behind, I had to make a choice because there wasn't another way out for you.
I would have just snuck out, and it would have been
How would we have
more
gotten you out
trouble
of the
later.
window? How would we have gotten you out of the window? How could we have done any of this without making your situation worse? This at least let you out without having to deal with it later.
Like, my situation getting worse would have been my business, though. Like, yeah, I would have been in more trouble with him. But, like, no matter what, no matter if I get, like, fucking straight A's, no matter how good I do, I am always in trouble with him.
Maybe I should have left the headset with him then. Could have solved that problem.
I left mine on my bed. If he uses it, fine. If he doesn't, whatever. I'm just not going to be responsible for that.
You're not responsible for what I did either. I'm responsible
Feels
for what
like
I did.
am.
You don't have to deal with my choices.
When they affect my family, I kind of do.
You're under the impression he's even going to remember.
You'd be surprised at how good his memory is despite him not having a grasp at his emotions.
She's going to put her fork down and say, "All right, Courtney, you're right. I'll stay out of your business from now on." And she's going to get up and leave.
I don't even eat. I barely sip my coffee for the rest of this. The food just stays sitting in front of her, and she just is looking at it, unable to take a bite of the food.
So, Joe, how's your food? My bagel's really tasty.
The hot chocolate's good.
Awesome. Yeah, really liking this coffee too. It's just the right amount of burn.
Lydia just pokes her head out from the restroom, just like, is it safe?
You poke your head out in time to see V walking outside. leaving the rest of the group.
And I kind of look at you like,
I just point like back into the bathroom or come out, like in or out.
Joe's gonna motion for you to come out, and Joe's gonna stand up.
Yeah, Lydia just comes out, brushes off the front of her skirt, just like, no, much better. How's everybody doing? How's everything?
yeah,
Fucking great.
Lydia just kind of bites her lip, like, if people want to go do something else to lift their spirits, it's fine. I can talk to my parents.
I think that's important. I'm sorry for my part in that. I probably should have stopped her from doing that, Courtney.
Like,
I
honestly,
was hard on Joe for the same thing I did.
Honestly, like, I don't really blame you. Like, even if you had an idea of what might have been about to happen, you didn't know what was gonna happen. Like, I would be able to understand if she just went to talk to him. Like, she's good at talking to people. Flirting's fine, but she went too far.
Kind of like how I went too far too.
Yes, seems to be a trend for us all going a little too far and going along with it. Yeah, look, whether she was flirting or doing what she did, I should have been more proactive. I should have actually helped mitigate the situation. Either way, what happened was not great, and I'm sorry that I was a part of it as well.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Also, Lydia, let's maybe, I don't know if we're all in the right headspace for this, but maybe we should think about what you're gonna say to your dad?
Just think about that. I'm gonna go Joe emotion where to the way V went, like being alone with emotions like that aren't good for anybody. Then just go off after V.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we could sit and figure that out while Joe handles that.
Yeah, that sounds good. So, Lydia, what's on the agenda? Should maybe hash that out before.
Lydia begins to regale this like overarching, like way more epic than what would actually happen tale. Like, I'm gonna storm in there, Devil Wears Prada style, and I'm gonna just drop everything on his desk and demand answers from. Let's face it, none of that's gonna happen. He's gonna look at me like I'm a lunatic and tell me to get out.
Okay. Sorry, I would probably know this out of character. You're an only child, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, I mean, you're his only kid. He has to, at the very least, listen to you every now and then, especially with important things like this. Because, I mean, like, he expects you to run the family after this, right?
Only kid. I'm his only biological possession. I'm not a kid. Just leans back into the booth.
Right, well.
I don't know if he'll even listen to me. He'll probably just call me a lunatic and tell Jeeves to, I don't know, go buy me something to distract myself with.
I mean, honestly, he works for like that Sunshine Corporation or whatever, right?
Yep.
Well, then, like, if they intentionally didn't tell you about this headset, and you tell them that you've been playing around in it, we can at least take gauge of his reaction to see how he reacts to that. And, like, that will be useful in and of itself, because we'll be able to tell if your dad is a bad person based
Yeah,
on
if he's
how he
complicit.
reacts.
Just hearing like everybody referring to him as dad, there's just like an audible like her long polished nails just like gripping into her like posh Gucci hoodie, like practically tearing a seam.
I don't talk about my dad all that often because he's kind of similar, but fortunately, my mom's really cool and doesn't associate with him anymore. And, you know, he doesn't associate with me either because, you know, I was just too much of a fuck up. But I get that whole possession thing, and he probably doesn't actually care like a human cares about things, more like, you know, I don't know, like a robot cares about things that it's programmed to like or respond to. Either way, you know, you have you are something that he has feelings about, and using those feelings should be possible no matter what kind of a fucking weirdo he is. Sorry. I feel like I had a better speech prepared, or like I would impromptu deliver a better speech, but frankly, he's a prick, and I know pricks like him, and even pricks can be manipulated.
Yeah.
Yeah, very sensually.
No, we don't have to do sensual manipulation of this prick. I think we've had a little bit enough of that. Frankly,
Yeah.
if we had our bat still, I don't know, I necessarily knew about the bat. Oh wait, we went over that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
she had the best.
Frankly, if we had our bat still, and we weren't worried about the charges being pressed, which obviously would be an issue here.
Charges
Let's
being
talk.
pressed on us.
Pressed on.
I laugh to hide pain.
Yeah, that's probably the most forced laugh I've ever had. Well, this is gonna be fun.
Lydia just kind of hands on the table, just staring down at her hands, like, the moment that you said we should hash out the plan, what would happen, I don't think I've imagined a single scenario of even talking with him. I feel like I would walk into that office and he's just on the phone and shoos me away, or just walks past me. I don't even, and she reaches for her phone and scrolls through. I don't even know the last time he's called me.
Welcome to the
I'm
club.
sorry. I mean, I don't have a cell phone because we can't afford that, so I don't think my dad has ever called me, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, same.
Lydia just
He's
kind
like,
of
my dad definitely hasn't called me in a long time.
Lydia just kind of looks
Boy,
up at the
fathers,
realization.
it really is bad having them around.
Lydia just
Father's
looks
not
up
a
at
bastard.
realization, like, oh right, people don't have cell phones, and like this
And
grimace across her face. Yeah, this grimace across her face of just like, I am such a first world problem, baby, and just kind of starts crying with in front of everybody.
Your phone rings.
Wait, what?
Your phone rings.
Your phone rings.
Oh, I look down at it, and what does it say?
Unknown caller. Hey, new follower.
Hey, I pick it up and look at it like, unknown caller. Even days out, and still not anything from my father. Press the button. Hello, Lydia Tinsley.
And we're gonna switch over to V real quick. V, you stepped outside. The moment you step outside, there is a small black cat with a little white spot on his forehead, just staring at you down the sidewalk.
He's gonna take out a cigarette and light it. At this point, she doesn't even care if her mom sees. Just gonna look at the cat, exhale. So, are you the pussy that they were looking at?
You address the cat, obviously as a creature who obviously recognizes it's being acknowledged. It does start to trot forward.
You'll kneel down to get on its level as a sign of respect because it's a cat.
It does the same thing, kind of like sniffing and leaning forward.
She'll just kind of exhale out the side of her mouth so she doesn't blow smoke at it. You don't think that bad. I agree.
It like leans forward, putting like one paw on your knee and kind of like craning its head, like it's waiting for something.
I don't own pets, so I don't know what this is. You want pets or food?
Sits down, waits, watches.
Gonna reach out and try and pet it.
It leans into your hand.
Oh, this isn't so bad at all. Pet.
You hear it begin to purr, and as you do, both, while you don't see anything, flash before your eyes like Courtney had mentioned, this cat just purrs. Lydia, when you answer the phone, you and all your friends, including V, hear.
Right, sorry, can you repeat that?
A little louder.
Wake up?
Wake up.
When's who gonna wake up?
Wake up. Hello?
And for a brief moment, V, those places where the hands had touched you before begin to like just tingle, like there's hair standing on the back of your neck, as you're reminded of this thing. Lydia, you're getting just the busy tone. Like someone
Hello?
hung up.
Hello? Okay. Cell interference, I guess. Maybe. I'll just kind of. I'll end the call and just look at the caller data. It still just says unknown caller, no numbers or anything.
There is no sign of anyone calling you.
Did anyone else hear that?
I definitely heard that.
This just rang. And I just go back to like looking through recent calls, like.
What needs to wake up?
Lydia pockets her phone, god damn it, and just gets up. Where's V?
V, you're outside just petting this purring cat.
Pet.
Oh yeah, is Joe gonna meet up with her?
Because
Yeah,
Joe went to go talk to V.
Waiting on them. Still petting.
Cat purrs. tilting its head into the hand.
Joe's heading outside to V and actually somebody aside to see V pet the cat. It's like,
When the door swings open and the bell rings, it does startle the cat, and it does a little skittishly kind of like bolt backwards towards the side of the road.
Hey, it's all right.
And looks over the shoulder. And there's like a moment where it considers before it starts to cross the road. And without paying any mind, and without flinching any further, there is a vehicle that stops and swerves a little bit, going partly off the road, and you hear someone inside swearing. And the cat just continues on its way.
Yeah, it sounds like a normal cat.
was that the cat Courtney saw?
Apparently, but I don't see anything wrong with it. But I have a poor sense of judgment lately, so maybe there's something you can see that I don't.
When Joe stares at the cat, is it just a regular cat?
Would you like to make a roll for me?
Yes.
What kind of roll would you like to make?
I think comprehend. So I don't think empathy size would work.
Would you like to push?
Yeah, that voice is scary. Why not?
You can do it.
Yay, one success.
Hey.
Back to 4
Alright.
conditions. God damn it.
Against all
Oh
odds.
no!
Like next time we get in trouble, we're so fucked.
I got one of you to your anchors, but you guys got to reach out to your anchors.
Yeah.
My original
So-
plan was to bolt, but Courtney comforted Joe's like, I can't bolt now.
So you're focusing on this cat, and you're staring at it. This cat trotting away. As you're kind of focusing harder, trying to like will yourself to see something. There's a little drop of blood from your nose that drips down, and when it lands on the ground, everything turns gray again, and this. As you're staring in the direction the cat was, the cat looks over its shoulder once more, and you don't see the cat anymore. You don't see anybody anymore for this brief infinitesimal moment. You see what looks like not quite a shadow, but a form, like a silhouette of just solid black. Like there's no light that can reflect off of this thing. Long tendrils that end with like little hands here and there, holding on to various places. And one singular circle that might constitute an eye that just feels like it's watching you. And there is a rusted over vehicle, and you hear a panicking man in that vehicle as this thing stares at you and says, "When will they wake up?" And when that instant ends, when that moment in time passes, you're staring at this cat. That vehicle, that guy, is gone. That cat is still there.
And the guy said, when will they wake up?
The thing
Or the cat
said
said.
it.
Thing said it.
Oh.
We
Really?
both saw this, or just Joe?
Just Joe. When you looked over at the cat and you looked back towards where the guy had driven the car, that car is gone. So is that guy.
I have no reason to look over there if I didn't see it.
The cat that's not a cat asked in my head. They just asked when we would wake up.
Are you talking to people, kitty? She just scratches it again.
Well, it ran across the street already
Or-
since it came back.
Is it gone or back?
It's on the other side of the street.
Oh, well then I didn't do that.
It stares for a moment before this cat turns and disappears into a bush.
Well, all right. That was certainly weird. Are they coming, or are they gonna...
I think at this point Lydia just goes and like full on mashes the door open and just like, Joe, V, what, and just
Hey?
catches eye of them across the street. Okay.
Well,
Okay, they're there. Do I see Joe's bloody nose?
Yeah, there's a little bit of blood.
I'm just gonna scoot across the street and just like grab Joe like by the ears and just like tilt head and like
it is
Ow.
it is dried blood.
Okay.
Oh shit, you're bleeding. What the hell?
wait, what?
Your nose.
Yeah, your nose. It's dry, but it's a lot. Did you not notice this?
It happened a while
No.
ago.
When did it happen? Like, did I have a bloody nose in the restaurant you guys didn't tell me? Just start to wipe at her face.
Do you haven't had a bloody nose the whole time that we were eating? Okay.
Pretty
Okay.
sure you would have been tasting iron if you had the bloody nose while we were eating.
By the way, Tracy's inside paying.
Yeah, that's a good point. Lydia just fucking bolted. Does Tracy have enough money?
Tracy's fine. She's poor, but she's not like she actually works here, so like, you know, she basically hands in her money from like her last shift, and she's
True,
like,
true.
all right.
Lydia's just gonna walk up to V and just like inspect, just like eye to eye, to like teeth
I'm
to chin.
hey, a little close.
And just steps back. Sorry. She pulls out her cell phone. This little shit. When he starts acting up, I don't know what's gonna happen to him.
Well, the cat wasn't a cat. Courtney's right about that. But it
Seemed normal to
wondering
me.
when she'd wake up. Well, when it crossed the street, it became kind of like a shadow thing with tentacles and maybe something that was an eye.
Sounds kind of hot though.
I mean, it was so cute. Yes, completely.
Lydia just points at Joe with like a stern, just like, write it down, draw it. I don't care what it is. Get a record of it. I feel like we're gonna need this.
I mean, it kind of matches what happened to my arm, and she holds up the injury. I had a cut, you know, when I went to go talk to Preston, and now it's
Then it
healed.
aged.
It looks like it had time to heal.
Yeah, Joe's just gonna sit down, like lean against the diner, just kind of start to quickly rough out the cat. That's not a cat. That is a cat.
Like-
What do you draw?
Wait, she starts with the tentacle mass, and then over that, in different colors, just the cat, like a different tone.
I'm sorry if that was a little stern, Joe, but I have a running theory right now, and I'm not liking it, and I want every ounce of information.
And on that note, I think the doors to the diner pop wide open as, like a bat out of hell, Tracy emerges and says, "All right, bros, let's go walk into Mordor."
Just like look back like deers caught in headlights.
Yep.
We got this.
I've tried to read that book, but it's just so boring. It's the only
really
book that has
boring
ever
book.
put me to sleep.
You're
I tried to
absolutely
read it
correct.
several times, and I just keep falling asleep while I have a book open, and that has never happened to me with any other book.
I really hope they make a movie of it at some point because it is quite immaculate literature. I'm sure it would do well on film. Either way,
I think there is a movie of it actually.
well, I mean,
Cartoon.
The animated Hall.
Oh, that really old one, yeah.
The
Yeah.
animation is
yeah.
the animation of that movie is terrible. You get better animation from the Batman animated series.
First of all,
Yes, 100% correct. It reads like, it's very off.
Well, it came
It's
out
not
20
great.
years ago.
Bakshi
great.
did the best he could. Okay, he's
I believe that. It's good for what it is, but it's not great. It needs to be made into a film. I'm sure somebody will manage it someday.
One of these days, I'll show you Fritz the Cat. It's much better.
It was made around the same time as Speed Racer, and that's mostly just the same image on a screen with moving mouths for 5 minutes at a time.
It's not quite the
like
same
looking
though,
at
but
art
what
as
Bakshi actually does is he likes to superimpose real people and then draws over them. That's what brings his distinct style out into fruition.
Very interesting.
Yeah, Cool World was a real departure from it, but it's still good.
All right, here's a weird take. I say as I'm motioning for people to join me and let's get walking towards Lydia's. You know what I think should be made into a movie? The Titanic crisis. I feel like it would be a really good movie. I feel like some drama, maybe. You know what? Here's a hard take. It should be done like a thriller, like a sci-fi thriller, kind of like Alien 2. I think that would be a good take.
You're a genius that the times do not appreciate.
I mean, honestly, how do you not see an iceberg, though? I hope they make fun of that guy relentlessly in the film adaptation.
I hope that guy just dies in the water.
on a
cold water.
On a raft that was big enough for both of them to sit on.
Oh man, 2 people in one raft. Who'd have thought?
As
Anyway,
the conversations, as the conversations dragging, I can start eyeing my house over the treetops or whatever. I'm just you can hear the creaking of the plastic of the headset in my arm.
Your house is taller than trees? Damn, ballin'.
Yeah.
You have a
Yeah.
serious
What the hell?
We own the trees. They bow to us.
by the way, is there any chance I could, as a result of my gung ho speech, perhaps do another lead check to see if I can cure any the most injured person?
Sure.
I think that's a tie between V and Joe, right?
I have my conditions cleared.
Oof.
Oh, you do.
I have 3 marked.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do exhausted and try that again. Actually, there we are. All right,
There you go.
take one off,
Hey.
Courtney.
Oh.
Or Joe.
All right.
Actually, who's
Yeah,
worse?
I think Joe's a little worse.
All right, take it out,
Just a
Joe.
little.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really
Joe
upset.
Joe keeps seeing Perthulu and just keeps getting progressively worse.
No, I see Perthulu and get progressively better. You don't get this. I'm adopting that Eldritch Abomination as a cat.
It's gonna be like a mortal enemy, and you're gonna somehow tame it like a D&D character. Just be like, I just have an Eldritch.
I got
have
tuna.
theories about this cat.
It's the one comic where the DM keeps putting monsters in front of the one character who wants to adopt everything.
So you.
Yes.
Me, yeah, basically. It's like this wolf comes before you. The next panel is just the wolf getting treats, and it's like this werebear attacks, and the next panel is the wolf and the werebear playing together while the other person's petting them. And then it's like, here's Baphomet, the Lord of Beasts. And the next scene is just them all in a cuddle pile together.
Honestly, adorable.
Mhm.
All right, I think Lydia's ready for this.
All right. You all begin to make your way towards Lydia's house. You do come to a little gated off community that is fairly easy to slip through. There's nice brickwork. None of this area has been touched by the flood. It is a bit higher up on a hill, and if we've learned anything from history, it's also where all the bodies are buried.
Well, I mean, they bury them somewhere else, but they died here.
Oh no, they bury people on hills so that when there is a flood, the bodies don't float up.
Oh, damn, that's actually.
You go through a lot of rugs here, actually.
That is why cemeteries are often on hills, and that's why a lot of horror movies are like the haunt.
Hills have eyes?
House on Haunted Hill.
Wow,
Yeah.
thank you.
Hills Have Eyes was radioactive hillbillies, so not quite the same.
No, yeah, not that one, but
I haven't seen it.
like
No,
House
you
on
don't want
Haunted
to
Hill,
see
that's
it.
the
The
thing.
remake is really unsettling.
Good to know. Good to know. Good to know.
But
Horror movies are just bad because people don't react how they would actually react in real life.
No, this one is there's a lot of stuff in it that isn't necessary for the sake of a horror movie. I had to actually stop watching it, and I have a pretty good constitution when it comes to horror movies. There's a scene that happens to the family at the start of the movie that is just not pleasant to watch.
yeah.
How about 13 Ghosts?
That was a good one.
Sure, I've watched that one.
I enjoyed the older House on Haunted Hill. Not the newer one.
Is 13
I
Ghosts
like
the
a-
one
I
in
like a lot of older movies.
the glass house?
Mm-hmm.
The glass
Yes.
mansion? Oh, okay, I have seen that one. It was forgettable.
It was incredibly forgettable, but I somehow remember it.
It was forgettable, but it wasn't a terrible movie. It was just it was right where it needed to
Yeah.
be, and it didn't break the mold.
It was so mediocre that it was forgettable.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to accuse it of
No,
being
no,
bad.
that's not what I was saying
That
either. I was
my
just
knee-jerk reaction.
yeah, you don't
I
remember it
remember
exists
that.
until it's mentioned, and then you're like, oh yeah, that was a thing.
Oh, Shae was in it.
Yeah, the guy, Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard.
Pretty star-studded cast. Anyway.
Anyway,
Anyway,
as you all are approaching this house, we did hit the 3-hour mark, so we can.
holy shit.
Uh,
Are we?
Kind of a great,
Yeah, it's 7
a
o'clock.
great cliffhanger.
We did start a little bit late though.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm actually not sure where we're at because we had to restart.
240.
240. Okay. But as you all are approaching this house, does anyone want to have a scene before we close it out? Because I feel like I want to save this encounter, or we could do it.
V's kind of the impression she shouldn't open her mouth anymore today. So unless somebody's engaging with her, she's not causing any more problems.
I'm
Tracy
fine
is
to
quick
keep
to-
going.
Hmm?
I was just gonna say, I'm fine to keep going if everybody else is for this encounter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally fine to keep going. Tracy, however, is of the opinion that the less and less she says, the more and more she's responsible for the things that are happening. And she's torn between wanting to say something and really not wanting to be responsible for everything that's going on. It's a bit of a mess, but she's hoping that she could be as helpful as possible.
Okay. So you all approach Lydia's house. Very nice place. Would you like to describe your house for us again?
Yeah, so basically, from the entrance, it's not the longest driveway, but it's one of those big circular driveways where you can park the longer cars along it. And as you go through it, there's kind of like a walkway that's sort of suspended for like over an outside pool, like moat-ish shape, I suppose, but it is like a pool. There's steps on the side and such, and large potted plants that line the stepway towards this. The front, it looks like a smallish place, but that's just because it's freaking long. Like it's two floors, and it just kind of looks like a boxy house from the front, but it's just a long freaking corridor. But white marble, black trim, very minimalistic on the outside for the most part.
Right. And as you approach the door, it opens before you reach it, and you see Jeeves Bot, the butler bot, standing there, and it says, "Welcome home, mistress."
Lydia just clutches the device, or the VR headset and the books, and just takes a deep breath, like trying to shake off that timid, like, Jeeves, where is Gregory?
The master is in his study.
Fantastic. She just kind of looks back at everybody and just gives like a head tilt to say let's go, but kind of like that look of stay behind me.
What's
I will
with the
have to ask
terrifying
your-
robot?
I will have to ask your companions to remove their shoes before treading.
Don't worry, he's... I hate to say he's harmless now after everything that's been going on, but I don't think he's capable of hurting anybody at this point.
Fuck it, I'll take my shoes off to keep the robot from killing us.
It is against my
Same.
programming to harm any human being.
Yeah, we'll see.
I just started human there.
Tracy flipped off her like $20 bought at Walmart shoes, which are
Payless.
absolutely worn to shit, and tosses them on the
Dang.
floor. A little
She
bit of
bought them
mud
a month
coming
ago.
out of them.
Yeah, gonna slide off the Payless sneakers. Or sorry, not the Payless sneakers. She's got Air Force Ones. She's gonna take those off and she's gonna like look to the bot and she says, "If anything happens to these, you're scrap metal." She's gonna hand them over to the butler.
Anything
Yeah, come
happens
over.
to those, you owe me $20.
I think
I'm afraid I don't own anything, madam.
You're better than the rest of us, then.
I think Courtney has decent, like almost combat boots, but they were bought at Goodwill.
Absolutely valid. 100%.
I shall ensure that your shoes are kept in the best condition.
Are you gonna like polish them for us?
Would you like your shoes polished?
Yeah.
Then they shall be polished.
I was just gonna take
I-
off her
I
shoes,
don't
put
think-
them to the side.
I don't think my shoes would survive a polish, so don't do that to them, please. Thanks.
Acknowledged.
I'm not actually sure where you'd put polish on them. They're canvas.
Careful, that might ruin them.
Lydia's just
they're old canvas. Anyway.
Lydia's just like squinting her eyes shut, just like, I cannot believe they're having a conversation with the frickin' butler.
It's the most talking
We've never had a talking robot butler before. What do you expect?
You're talking to the help. Oh god.
She's just realizing that he doesn't have a more complicated statement than just like the missus, the mistress, the master, and here's your mail. Like he's just basic. But yeah, Lydia will just kind of.
Have you ever thought to look in his programming?
Oh god, no! Oh, why do you have to say that?
Now she
God.
knows.
Well, now,
Just to
yeah,
put the idea
now
in
I-
there.
Now I do. Jesus Christ. Shae's gonna. Oh, Shae. Ugh. Lydia is going to store that idea in the back of her head and try to precede everybody down the long corridors towards her father's study.
Right, you start making your way to the study. As you draw closer, you do hear some indistinct talking inside before there is a sudden shout and it's the only thing you can make out before you reach the door. But you hear, "I don't care what it takes, I want control back." And then you hear a solid ding from just the phone being hung up too hard.
Essentially.
Goody.
That's
I
so
just
brutal.
I just look
Someone
back at
slamming it. Sorry.
oh no, yeah, like the old style like chunk phones.
Yeah.
And where you slam the receiver down and actually hurt the other person's eardrum. Yeah.
Lydia just looks back at everybody knowing full well they probably heard that.
Well,
Anybody who wants to
we're here already.
chicken out.
Nah, we're already here.
Yeah, we're
We're here
for
for
you.
you. Jinx, you owe me a soda.
As long as it's sure, whatever.
Lydia just like fixes her hair, makes sure like these exact strands are like in a perfect order, and just goes like full business mode. Knocks open the door. Gregory, I believe I have business to discuss with you.
The door is locked, but
Oh, okay. Never mind. I just hit my head as I say Gregory.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to twist the knob and start
Yeah.
walking, and
Yeah, it's just like Gregory. I have.
There's a moment passes, but you hear footsteps marching forward. And you hear the door unlock and swing open, and you see a very actually. What does he look like? What would you like to say he looks like?
Oh god, he is a tall, imposing figure. He has mostly black hair, but he's got the heavy salt streaks. Incredibly defined jaw. While he's not built or anything, he's
He
just
has
very
a distinguished look.
yeah. He's not like huge or strong looking or anything. He's not frail either. He's just very chiseled, distinguished look. Like flawlessly trimmed mustache. And kind of sunk in eyes, sort of like the eyes of a man who just doesn't really seem to stop staring at paperwork or screens or whatever. Just always a man working. Jet black suit with like these very defined silver buttons down the jacket and on the cusp.
But the door opens and he stares down at you, and there's a moment where his eyes flick over everyone else, and he says, "Lydia, I see you've brought company."
Yes, Gregory, I believe that there's something I need to discuss with you about the matters of Sunshine Farms.
There is something we need to discuss, that's true.
Mm.
But
Oh.
I see we have guests.
Yes, they have information about... They have eyewitness information about what I need to share with you.
Oh, we're in danger.
That's so.
They wouldn't be here otherwise.
Would he... Now, would your father be the kind of man who would invite them into the study or bring to a parlor for tea?
Ooh. God, both are sinister. I'm gonna say dealer's choice on this one. I'm fine with either.
Okay. You see him, actually, kind of like glancing back, you do see a number of papers, that are relatively organized, except for a few that are out on the desk. Apparently he was working and looking over something, but he turns around, closes the door, and locks it up, before turning back and says, "Very well. Come. I will have Jeeves put on some tea."
I just
And
looked to everybody. Jeeves makes good tea.
Jeeves does make really good tea. And he washes his hands after touching the shoes.
Now we know about
Almost
this.
robotic-like precision, huh?
Very. Everything is measured to perfection.
Oh, go ahead.
He starts to lead you towards you all towards the parlor, where there are seats and a table.
Thank you, Mr. Lydia's dad.
Mr. Lydia's dad.
Thank you, Mr. Tinsley.
Thank
Joe's
you.
gonna sit down, like very up straight, like straight posture and everything. Like, this is how we sit. I'm not nervous about this shit at all.
So,
Yeah.
before I have a discussion with you, Lydia, what did the rest of you have to tell me?
God, how does Lydia want to start this?
He does ring a bell.
He rings a bell?
Yes.
Oh.
He is signaling Jeeves.
Ah. I thought this was going to be some Pavlov thing, and I was about to lose control of...
Damn. I mean,
Several masked, armed individuals step out behind everyone. No.
Lydia is going to take out the headset and put it on the table and put the catalog on the table and delicately say, so I had encountered these individuals at the shopping center, and they were very excited about Sunshine Farm's newest VR product. But I had noticed that I did not see this in the catalog, and I was concerned about whether or not this went through the R&D routes properly, if this was a rushed product, because I've not been able to find records of it. And as you would know, being the CEO of the company, that's a dire matter when it comes to legality and safety for the public, especially our good name. And
You've never expressed interest towards the company before.
That
Perhaps
is-
it something you overlooked.
Well, that is true. But as much as I didn't enjoy being upfront with the company, I still had a vested interest in the background workings, and I still get the advanced copies of the product catalogs, and I do like to skim them because I know that you're expecting me to take care of things in the future, so I need to know a basic level of how everything works.
That is something we will discuss in private momentarily.
Of course.
Jeeves comes in, bringing a pot of tea and several cups, and sets them down in front of everyone.
I also heard some situations in which, at this point, Lydia's that hair that she made sure to be in perfect position has now just trickled over her eyes. I had also become aware of some situations in which people have purchased and used this product and have been having hallucinations and other physical responses, and I am concerned about whether or not we are liable.
I would say they should probably seek medical help.
Okay.
Our devices do no such thing. They are not the cause of their already established issues.
Bullshit.
Lydia just looks
You
back.
say bullshit.
Lydia just looks back with a pale, like printer paper white face.
Charming company you continue to walk with.
At least I'm not lying to her.
Hey, Courtney. How are you enjoying your drink?
Has anyone sipped any of the tea?
Not yet.
I think
No.
I just did.
It's pretty damn good. And Gregory Tinsley is also drinking his.
Lydia attempts to take like one more deep breath and says, Gregory, that's all well and good that you say that, but that doesn't align with situations outside when it comes to the customers. And the customers are who are going to come after us if there are problems. Especially if I'm going to be part of this company later, it is a direct problem for me.
He sets his own cup down on its little plate and then sets the plate down and says, "You said your friends had eyewitness accounts of something relating to this?"
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they did. And Lydia looks towards Tracy and says, Miss Evans here, when she was inside a private server, she noticed that there were shadowed figures that were not part of her request that were whispering distorted lines to her. And upon removing the device, she was extremely lightheaded, and almost all of her senses felt like they need to be rebooted.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me.
Give me a charm roll.
Damn it.
To both of us, or
One of you
Fucking
with a plus.
charming.
One of you with a +1 from the assistants.
Alright, I'll take a +1 to that roll. 1d6 maybe. Yeah, no, that didn't. I'm gonna take upset as I really trying to make this work. Fuck me. Wait, I still have the +1 though. 1d6.
You still have the +1. Oh,
Yeah, damn.
oh god.
I'm trying to be helpful.
yeah. All right, so you all see him. You all feel him reading each of you. Never really letting his posture shift or change. But there is a moment when he looks to Tracy, and then to Lydia, and then still looking at Lydia, to Tracy, as if he's addressing Lydia, says, "Explain to me in detail what you saw and what your concern is."
Right. Yeah. So I went into the VR headset and went into a non-private server, and I spoke to my friend. I look at Lydia for a second, grasping for a name.
She just just mouths from the corner like
Chuck. And he was in the server too, dressed like, I look at her again, Batman. And he said that he was having fun, but that our mutual friend Devin, who I'm also friends with, was not responding to stuff, and that he'd disappeared IRL, which is kid slang for in real life, and so that happened, and also there was a glitch in the program or something that told me to get out of the program. I say, looking again very intensely at Lydia, that I should get out or something bad would happen. Yeah. And it was really spooky and definitely not part of the intended experience. And I'm probably articulating this really poorly. But basically,
That
though,
sounds like an issue if another player is not responding. And he's still looking at Lydia while he's talking to Tracy.
I like how we're all just looking at Lydia.
I don't
V,
like all
V,
these
V is
eyes.
particularly looking because there was the mention of this boy dressed as Batman. It's just a raised brow.
I actually think that Tracy independently invented that without confirmation from Lydia that it was actually happening.
And it did in fact happen in that exact way.
Exactly, but yeah, exactly. But I don't think that Tracy realized that it.
He leans forward, kind of like breaking from that, and says, "Tell me more about this glitch."
Yeah, I told everything to Lydia, and honestly, I'm a little bit tired right now and like a little spooked still, so she's probably the best person to tell you about this.
Lydia
Things
just
that happened to me.
Lydia just kind of steps in front. Like, I took it upon myself from Miss Evans' account, looking into the programming and the coding of this, and it appeared that that was definitely an anomaly. At no point in the coding of this device is there ever supposed to be warning messages of get out, nor are there ever supposed to be situations of conjured data characters that are asking you to stay. There's only supposed to be a
Yeah, I
menu
forgot about that
interface.
part. There was the
Who
creatures that
sent
told us to set.
the messages?
The the messages were from within the headset. They were just coming from the air, just within the server.
No name, no identity.
Did
Lydia,
I say looking at Lydia, making sure that she is aware that I know that it's said a name.
Lydia is just gonna take a gamble here and say, there was a name of somebody who interacted in there and communicated. It was I need to find my notes really quick. It was a middle-aged woman in a lab coat. She had a very distinct necklace. I believe Asian heritage. Went by the name of a product of Preston.
He sits back and says, "I see. I'll look into it."
That
Wouldn't
is
want any problems coming back on Sunshine Industries. Jeez.
all I was concerned of, Gregory.
Why
I got
don't
a
you?
question.
Pauses. There's a restrained sigh before he glances in your direction and gives an
I give
acknowledgement.
Courtney like is it a real question or are you just gonna call him an asshole kind of look?
It's a real question.
Well, she doesn't say that. She's just the look that she
It's
gives
the
me.
look.
I just look at her like, so I just have a question about your operating system.
Her head is in her palms.
Why, when I was in the system, did it try to start persuading me to join the main server, telling me that all of my problems would be gone forever?
That's actually a good point.
A voice just started talking in my head, telling me that everything was going to be perfect forever, if only I joined the main system.
Well, if you were logged in and the system is designed to show your own personal paradises,
Hey, I have a thought.
I'm sure you do.
If everything's okay, why don't you log into it right now?
Yeah, why don't you put it on? It's right there.
Perhaps I will. But first, Jeeves, treat our guests. 144. And he stands up and
Does
says,
Lydia know what that means?
"Give me an empathy roll."
Oh,
Or perhaps a lack of empathy roll.
Oh, why am I so bad at empathy? Shit.
It runs in the family.
Oh.
144.
Would you like to push?
You know what? I'm gonna go with scared and I'm gonna push. Come
If you,
on.
you'll have 0 dice if you push.
Oh my god, you're right.
You will always have at least 1 die.
Okay.
Yeah, but if this is about to become trouble, I'm not gonna push. I'm gonna hold on.
Okay. So he rises, and there's a moment before Jeeves steps back in, carrying a very, very large sundae ice cream in a very eloquent bowl with several spoons in it. And he says, "This is number 144, the 144th flavor of vanilla. Enjoy. I will look into this immediately." And he will reach for the headset and then pamphlet and carry it out.
Lydia just fixes her hair back and says, "Thank you for your time, Gregory. Those were my concerns, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen to them."
Of course. And he leaves. You all are left with Jeeves and this large bowl of ice cream.
I'm not
Lydia-
eating that.
Lydia just
She doesn't have the straight not to.
So that's poisoned, right?
Lydia just hits the fucking floor, hands and knees, just like, oh my god, I'm gonna be sick.
Okay, all right. On your side, lie down on your side, not on your back. Shit. Do we have any water?
Oh. Do you understand what I mean? The man just... I feel like a darkness just left the room with him, like a pressure.
It was pretty imposing, yeah.
Definitely, yeah. I feel that.
Definitely had
like,
that, yeah.
You know,
He definitely has
Rugrats is
some
like the mom
oppressive-
from that. Like
He's got
that's
some
the damn
oppressive
mom.
daddy vibes. Like,
Please don't ever refer to him as daddy ever again.
I'm just saying, he has very oppressive daddy vibes.
V is just gonna roll her eyes.
Oh, Lydia's just gonna cover her mouth like, okay, I think I'm done tasting my own vomit. Ah.
Well, definitely gonna wash it down with some suspicious ice cream.
Yeah, that's some sus ice cream. Like, you know, I'm not usually one of those people who's like, oh yeah, adults are evil and they're gonna do
Who even
awful
has
things to us,"
144
but-
fucking flavors of ice cream?
Specifically,
he said that
144
was
flavors of
140.
vanilla.
Of vanilla
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah,
He
like how's
said
that even?
There's 100. How is there 144 different vanillas? Like, it's
Unless-
obviously
There's only one way to
cyanide or
find
something.
out, and that's by tasting.
Joe has been
No,
eating it,
No
actually.
thanks.
Joe just said fuck it and just dove in, apparently.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he doesn't have the straight to stop ice cream. The taste good for everything I'm doing, but the ice cream, no.
It is really good vanilla ice cream.
Oh my
Tastes
god.
really good.
How do you feel?
The same as before, just less pressure because he's gone.
I mean, it's not unlike a host to bring tea and a snack.
An ice cream?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't even think
honestly, that interaction with your dad skeeved me the fuck out, and he was like belittling your emotions the entire time.
Oh, this is the problem. This is how he wants me to be, or hopes I'll be.
That explains a lot.
Seems counterproductive
Really
as his
does.
heir.
Well, you can't run a business with emotion. Look at me. I'm bringing in people acting like a lawyer. All this would do is lose money. It's easier for him to just, oh, it's working as intended. Step away.
I mean, what better way to avoid a class action lawsuit than let everyone lose their minds and not be aware of what's going on?
I suppose.
Lydia's gonna go to the door and just like put her ear or eye up to the, like, if there's like a lock or anything, just try to hear if there's anything.
Door to outside of the parlor or door to the study?
The door to the study.
Give me a sneak roll.
Neat roll. Fuck, this is gonna be bad. Oh, why is Lydia terrible at everything?
Would you like to push?
Would you like someone
No.
else to sneak?
That's a good question.
Actually, he left the room, right?
He did, yeah.
V's gonna go behind his desk.
Oh, we're not in his
This
office,
is
we're in the
this
parlor.
is the parlor.
Oh, the parlor. Oh, never
You know,
mind.
you're in the parlor. He went back to the study.
Sorry, I thought we stayed at the office. Never mind.
All right, I'm just gonna look at everybody and say, you know what? I think we should just take the win and start walking, because that was way more than I expected to even get out of him.
Sometimes you don't win, you just don't lose.
But I mean, if we did just kind of tell him that we know what's going on with Sunshine, and all he's going to do now is cover up whatever's happening.
Yeah, but
I
now
honestly
Don't look to the
doubt
robot
he's
butler.
even doing that.
Robot butler stands there. Is there anything I can do to help you?
Do you
Are
record
you-
what's sit around you?
If I am allowed to, not for meetings.
Do you answer all questions truthfully?
I cannot tell a lie.
Did you drug the ice cream?
I did not drug the ice cream.
Was the ice cream already drugged?
I do not have an answer. I have no idea. I cannot eat ice cream.
Do you want to eat ice cream?
Nor can Lydia, considering she's got a vegan diet. I think that was true.
Courtney has a vegan diet.
Oh yeah. What?
Lydia plays the vegan diet, but she'll totally sneak a burger. Like, expectations, you know.
I am going to make a sneak roll, now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, V is gone.
All right.
Robot.
You have a bonus success. Do you want to use that to hide Lydia?
Yes.
Okay. So you see
Oh.
Lydia sneaking out there. Lydia's clearly not the sneaky type in this moment. But you put a hand on her shoulder and you show her how it's done, and you're able to show her how to keep her feet quiet as you approach.
Yeah, the hand on
It's all
Lydia,
in the hips.
the hand on the shoulder kind of gets her attention, and she goes, "Well, I was intending to go see what your room looked like, but here you are not doing this very well. Get low and move quiet."
Okay.
And you do. As you approach the office, you do hear a low voice on the other side, speaking probably over the phone again. Yes. I want the Prestons investigated. If they have control, I want it back. No. We'll take the quarantine zone when the opportunity arises. If the machine shows itself again, deal with it properly. Make sure no one knows. It's being handled. Very good. And then you hear the click of the phone.
Okay. Okay. I mean, from the sounds of that, I don't know, he could be covering up for the Prestons, but that... Wait. Okay, I'm gonna pull V, like, off to the side, and I was like, I thought you said that Sunshine stole this tech from the Prestons.
That's what she told me. She could have been lying.
But then why would he be investigating the Prestons?
I don't know.
if he already has what he wants, why? Lydia's just gonna like start making her way to their bedroom, and she's just gonna pack like a duffel bag of clothes and like just miscellaneous stuff from her room in case she's not coming back here for a little bit.
Seeing as how no one followed them, V is going to just kind of close the door behind them.
Hey, robot. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. Hey, robot. That's fine. It's a good,
Yes,
good
madam.
tension break.
Are you able to be an active listening device to someone who owns you?
Query, are you asking me to spy on the master?
No, I'm asking if the master uses you to spy.
No, I am not allowed to record any meetings.
What's your definition of a meeting? Like any group of people together, you're not allowed to record that?
Yeah, did this count as a meeting?
This has been designated as a meeting.
I don't understand your rules. Okay, whatever.
Well, you wouldn't be able to record this then.
I apologize that I could not explain it properly, madam.
Apology accepted.
While they are still playing with Jeeves, Lydia just runs off. She packs a duffel bag of like AC adapters, underwear, clothes, her makeup satchel. Her bedroom's really sparse, so it's like there's not really a lot that she even has to begin with.
Does the door have a lock on it?
Yeah, I mean,
The sound of it locking is heard.
Leah looks back to the door and the sound of it locking.
V is leaned up against the door. I just didn't want anyone interrupting. I needed to apologize to you. And
I think an apology right now might be a little impromptu.
no,
But go ahead.
no. I think I've been kind of mulling this over for a minute now. I owe you a lot of apologies. Clearly, you and Tracy have something going on, so me kissing you was inappropriate.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, that's. This is literally the worst time imaginable, and she's just stuffing stuff into a duffel bag, and it's like, that's not what you think is not what you think. Okay, I
haven't been thinking for a while, and it's been making me do stupid things. I shouted at you guys. I almost hurt Joanne for thinking you were going to die. I made a terrible mistake that Courtney hates me for now. Just gonna not mention that part out loud again. There's just been so many mistakes that I've made the last couple days.
Lydia just takes like one more wad of like underwear, shoves it into the duffel bag, and says, I don't know about your other mistakes. I'm not keeping tabs on quite everything, but I can assure you that I don't know what's going on with me and Tracy. I don't know what's going on with me and you. And she zips the duffel bag, plops it on the bed, and just going through like makeup drawers. Says, you're the one that kissed me first, and I ran after Tracy because I needed to see something. And she's just pulling out makeup and lipsticks and plopping them onto the desk.
And then the two of you kissed.
Yes, but it was I asked. It wasn't like and she's still just like, at this point, instead of diligently taking out lipsticks, she's just grabbing like mascara packets and just random pieces of jewelry and just putting them into like a Ziploc bag and just plopping it into the duffel bag. Then she turns towards V, like head or hair in hand, just like, I don't know how I feel about any of you, okay? You saw my father. You know what I'm dealing with. I don't know how to process anything anymore. And right now, you're thinking that I have something for Tracy. You're apologizing for coming on to me, and I don't know how to process any of that. I don't know if you're my friends, if you're my best friends, if you're more than friends. I don't know. And right now, I'm terrified.
V's gonna walk over, and she's just gonna give her a hug.
Lydia kind of like buries her face and hugs back and is just gonna say, sometimes I feel like the data version of me in that stupid VR has more of a personality, has more of a life.
That thing wasn't real. It was creepy and invasive, and that's not any kind of jab at you, but those things aren't real. They're projections of what we want to see.
At least it knows what it wants, it can process things.
It responded cruelly because that was how I was feeling. That's not how you felt. I would rather something authentic, not something that would lie to me.
I don't even know what the truth is, though. So am I just lying to everybody?
No, you're still figuring it out. We all are just figuring it out. It's not something you need to have an answer for right now.
Leah just leans back and mascara ruined. Thank you for that.
Welcome.
And just shovels the last few like AC cords from her nightstand into the duffel bag. Just
What all
all right.
What all are you packing here? What is this?
I know my father well, and he looked at me in a way that I don't think I've ever had anyone look at me. It felt like he read every molecule of my existence. This man's already not a father to me, and I'm worried about what the next step is, and if I don't come back here for a while, I need a couple things.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, you can stay with me and my family if that's what you're worried about.
Thank you. I don't want to impose. I could just be overreacting. I could just be overreacting, but
No,
I don't
you're
know.
not. No, we all were there. That man is sinister.
I mean, you heard him. He literally made a phone call seconds after we left to investigate another family.
Of course. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he has them killed, but let's hope he doesn't get to that.
Okay, we're still under the same roof as this man. We need to get out of here. And Lydia just runs over, like pulls the door, forgets it's locked, and unlocks it, and just bolts.
Yeah.
You run into the door again.
Yeah, just.
Amazing.
When you open the door, you do hear from down the hall, from the office, Lydia, it's time for our discussion. Say goodbye to your friends. Jeeves, please escort them out.
Yes, Gregory. And Lydia's just gonna look to V.
V's gonna take her by the wrist. Fuck that, let's go. And she's gonna look to the window.
Going out the window.
Yep.
All right. Jeeves has left the room and then returns with a platter full of very clean, repaired shoes.
Oh, shit, we don't have our shoes.
You don't have your shoes.
It was very explicit. I'm not touching my shoes.
Yeah, your shoes have not been touched, but all the other shoes are clean. If they're
Damn, I was hoping for $20.
yeah, if there were any, no, Jeeves follows orders to the letter. If there were any damages to any of the ones that were asked to be polished or cleaned, they are repaired. They're like brand new shoes.
Hey, thanks a lot, Jeepers Creepers.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Butlerbot.
Okay,
course.
bye. Nice
And-
shoes are on, and I'm out the door.
Should
as
we
you're
wait for V?
yeah, I just
It's gonna be fun.
as you're running out the door, there is if there isn't anything else I can do for you, please just let me know. And Jeeves just shuts down.
Oh, no.
Okay, I'm legitimately worried for Lydia.
Butlerbot, you okay?
So Tracy, when you open the front door, there is a nondescript white van with a couple people dressed in nondescript clothes with a little Sunshine Industries logo on it. And one of them says, "We're here to escort you kids home."
Oh, no.
And that's where we're going to pause.
That's not.
Oh,
And we will open next week with Trouble with a capital T.
Oh.
Fuck.
oh, you guys. I told you guys that you should probably chicken out.
Listen, at least only one person ate the ice cream.
Chuck.
Don't
On
regret
that
it.
note, Joe, you are feeling kind of sleepy.
Oh, fuck.
What? Joe, no. It would have been better to have explosive diarrhea than sleepy.
This is great. This is great. I love this. This is great.
I
Sleepy.
just got us all killed.
It'll be fine, I'm sure.
Oh, we're so fucked.
All
What
right.
do you mean it'll be fine? I have 2 conditions, and I think I'm the
Yeah,
healthiest
I
one.
was 100% expecting everybody to go clear their conditions before this.
That's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, no. I'm sitting here with 3 conditions marked, and
I have no conditions, so I'm good to go.
I have 3 conditions marked too.
My problem was I
Yeah.
still.
This cereal.
My problem is I still have that date with Charlie later, so I was like, okay, I don't have time to get this done and go see my anchor and go see Charlie. So I'm like, okay, I'm
Oh,
just
man,
gonna
this,
go.
this
First
poor
let's
guy's
check
gonna
in
get
later.
blown off again.
Yeah, because it's gonna be a fucking corpse.
This poor
I
guy's being
like
so
to think
patient.
that Charlie's actually not that shit of a guy.
Yeah.
And maybe even an egg. And he's just like, oh, I keep wanting to expose my soul to this motherfucker.
Well,
She keeps.
I think we established last week that Shae kept using they them pronouns too. So it was like
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Can
oh, they could
impossible
just be
egg.
NB.
Yeah.
Or envy. Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
god.
the first NB Batman.
Yeah.
Bat person.
I'm that person.
Shae, please go easy on us next week. We have so
I'm
many
Bat.
I
conditions.
The
need to
person-
talk to my person.
Courtney is closest within the world, lives states away, and talking is not easy, especially
You-
during work hours.
You made getting to your anchor very difficult, and that's on you, not me.
That is true.
It's on me.
Shae's hands are
You
washed
can
of
afford
this.
his books.
That is.
Please.
Oh,
good stuff,
oh
good
my
stuff.
god.
All right. Well, great game, everybody. We did go a little longer, but I guess that was to make up for a late start time. And frankly, that scene was awesome. So I am terrified for what's going to happen next week, but also excited. we are going to go over and raid a good channel friend, Giggles Games, because they're playing Cult of the Lamb. And if you look closely, you will see that one of the particular cultists is PartyWipeGames. So, or at least hopefully they're not dead yet.
Yeah.
Because you know they die. So yeah, go give them some love, and everybody should say praise the poop, because that is the joke for her cult, is that they all eat poop. So
Oh God.
Gross.
yeah, it's a thing that they put in the game. So
Before we bounce over there, let's do end of the session questions.
oh shit. Okay.
Yes.
Cancel raid. There we go. All right. Unrated. Go.
Were you all here for the? Did you all participate in the session?
Yes.
I was absent. Sorry.
I didn't participate at all. I was so.
Yeah,
done
no,
with
I
this.
wasn't. I didn't have any scenes.
Not a single word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody get one experience.
Yeah.
Did your problem or relationships get you into trouble with a capital T?
Yes.
I mean,
Oh,
I think
capital
I
T.
definitely
No.
Capital
At the
T
end.
trouble.
We just got
Capital-
ourselves. We just got into
Hindsight.
trouble, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to
Definitely counts.
But you
Does that count?
you said with us going into cliffhanger, we are in trouble.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll allow it.
Alright, cool.
But that just means you won't get it next week.
That's fine.
True.
Will
I need
we?
the
Or
I
will
need the
we?
stat.
Who knows? Who knows? We might.
Oh,
I
with
am-
the Fizz, maybe.
It might- Yeah, it might be because I am leading everybody to demise. So who knows what I'm going to lead everybody into?
I mean, if you really wanted to do that, I could say that mine got me.
Oh, you absolutely got into trouble.
Yeah, no,
Mhm.
one way or another, you getting this point.
Like-
Were you broken and forced to take a scar?
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Almost.
If you had
Close.
opened your eyes, then you would have.
Yeah, almost.
Very damn close.
But you closed them. Did you put yourself in harm's way to resolve the mystery?
Yes.
All of us did.
I feel like showing up at Lydia's fucking parents' house counts.
I saw the real cat.
I chose violence.
Um,
And
I decided to play with that cat, even though I knew out of character how fucked up it was.
see, I know we should have brought a bottle of wine. You don't go to a rich person's house without a bottle of wine.
Should have
Now we're
offered.
cursed.
Should have offered him
Weird,
some
weird
cheese.
fact, but it's true.
Mm-hmm.
like, the only safe vanilla is vanilla #1.
Didn't offer him cheese.
Didn't
I
offer
learned
him
that vanilla 41302 is actually poison.
don't
And
regret
number 5. Go one at a time for this one. Did you learn something new? If so, what?
Yes. Sunshine stole stuff from the Prestons, and the Prestons stole something from Sunshine.
Hmm.
Who's lying to me? Probably should have just beat that bitch up.
So I think I actually learned the least out of everybody here because the important conversations I was largely periphery to, but I still feel that despite learning the least out of everybody, I have at least 2 good go-aheads for like, I learned 2 different things today. One that, you know, the cat's evil, and 2 that, you know, Lydia's dad is him.
Did you?
What is the
witness-
definition of evil?
Did you witness
That's not
any of the
evil.
other side?
Anything no.
Things.
And I wasn't really privy to that, but I mean, like, Tracy's not an idiot, and this was like some really like, I am aware that bad things are happening. ... I am not going to, you know. I think the very ending of it, at the very least, confirms any suspicions Tracy might have had about Lydia's father.
Mhm.
Hey, you learned where that nondescript white van came from.
That's
Yeah,
also
also
true.
that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
What
fucked
about
up.
everybody else?
Same
I-
deal. Cat, van,
Wait,
Lydia's
pet.
dad being a monster. Yeah, I'd say there was a lot learned.
Sweet, sweet cum juice.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Everybody take a point for that last one.
Alright.
All right. Now let's raid.
This was a many
Okay,
very
4 points.
revelations episode.
All right. So.
You know
set
what?
it up now.
I'm leveling up empathize because I'm getting this role a lot and I'm doing fuck all with it.
All right.
Yep,
That
that's level
being
up.
said, now
I've
everybody
maxed out
greet
on
them with
lead.
poop.
Actually,
I
no,
guess
I should
I'll start learning things.
keep going with tech because that's where I'm trying to push. And
Max is 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Max
apparently.
holdover is 10. 5 is to level.
I think. Do you mean skill
Put
level?
another